The sky grows dark, decay underneath. The ravens in the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality, nightfall the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Valhalla Esports. This is week 6 is upon us. Tonight we have casters Malco and Salt. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Let's
You
get
already
it.
know how we doing. You already know. Every
Yes,
cast,
sir.
every game, ready to go.
We here.
That's excellent to hear. Excellent to hear. All right, we'll roll right into the matchup. We have Kraken Slayers, and I forgot to put the name here, but it is Los Nomadas.
Dude,
How you guys feeling?
good old Snorbopsy plus redacted, like kill leader. Redacted, by the way, he's popping off this season. So this like bottom side of the map is huge for Los Nomadas, and then you have the top side of the map, pretty strong as far as like Astros, Hailstrom goes. On Kraken Slayer, so like I'm really interested to see how these teams match up against each other.
I'm just gonna be watching out for that top side. I feel like Kraken Slayers is just kind of like we're just gonna put Hailstrom on some type of split push, and if we can't win the team fight, he's at least just gonna backdoor and try to slam their nexus for us. So, this is to be expected. I'm really expecting a really good matchup between these two, especially considering that both teams are in some really interesting spots, especially when you look at like their division matchups. Where Kraken Slayers is last in the division, but they have a better record than Los Nomadas, who's actually first in their division in the league. So it's actually a very interesting paradigm between the two. And it should definitely shake up a few of the standings for both of these teams, I would hope.
Dude, just ban Trundle, you know?
That's all they
Just
got to
ban
do. Just
Trundle and
ban
then
the Trundle.
5v4 or 5v5, you know?
Force him to actually try to like not be able to split push guys. Don't let him get that Trundle, please. I'm begging you. I'm so Trundle and Nautilus is all I ask that both get banned. That's all I ask.
Yeah, to be honest, really tired of the clips of the week, and it's just a Trundle ending the game. So we could just avoid that this week. That'd be tight.
That'd be absolutely awesome. Get some actual interactive gameplay this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. As long as you guys ban it against him, he won't get it this week.
He's got
So
a
just
pocket pick, dude. Okay, all right, we'll see.
listen, force him on the Tryndamere. I'm sure that he won't be able to do as much. It's like I highly doubt that.
Yeah. Are you sure about that? That's
The John Cena V
the
just
Johnson.
popped
Yeah.
up.
Are you sure about that?
No, this is probably gonna. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna be getting quite a few. If it isn't bans towards the top side, it'll probably be some bans towards the bot lane roles. Considering that ADs have been not as strong as they've been in previous patches, but they definitely are still a pretty strong role that you'll be able to carry your game through. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see a lot of top and bot lane bans with maybe a jungle pick, jungle ban here and there, depending on when the phases go for the picks. Just Volibear, Trundle, Nautilus. That's all I'm asking, guys. Take those people out. Take those champions out these games, and let's get some real champions in here.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping for a Pantheon ban from on the side of Los Nomadas. Like Snarbopsy should definitely not have Pantheon, so I'm really hoping to see that.
They also heard that you're on the cast, so they said, it's just it's an honor ban since you're not on the Rift this game.
Yeah. Oh, there
And
we go.
we
Yeah,
see it.
there we go. There it is. See, yep. Of course, Vlad. Yep. Ray was his Thresh is well known. Of course, the Pantheon. Thank God, don't make the mistake that we did. Um, and obviously you have the Inting 0-10 brothers banned away from Astros, and then Urgot that checks out. Wow, they left the Trundle up. Oh my gosh.
This is all right. I'm fully expecting a Trundle game. Surprisingly, it was not first picked by Kraken Slayers. Instead, they decided to go with a very decent team fight jungler in the Amumu, which can be awkwardly flexed, I would say, into the support role if you really wanted to. But I don't expect to see it go down here. And Los Nomados is looking to respond. I believe, yep, the Skarner are going to be their very first pick for themselves here on Ellen's side, and Ezreal as their ADC pick.
Yeah, not surprised to see the green jungler for Tac Alley. That's pretty standard tech for him, and then, of course the Skarner. Yeah, ever since it's now allowed, I've seen a huge thing in this league. A lot of the clips I got submitted from last week definitely included Skarner. So
Scar's been a pretty interesting champion and one of my personal favorite ADs to see bit picked up, and definitely a safe one here is going to be the Sivir picked up for Kraken Slayers, and the Trundle being the
Oh
very
my
next pick right
God,
after. And I
that's
do like
crazy.
seeing this though. A Gnar picked up for the top side to go against this Trundle. That should at least be able to mitigate him. It's just somewhat during the laning phase and not allow Hailstrom to just absolutely stomp up in that top side.
Real quick, like
Yeah.
emergency announcement. Uh, Make sure you get your pick'ems in. Otherwise, this game will not count towards your totals if you pick after this game has been played. So if you want to get this for pick'ems during the week, you better put your pick'ems in now.
True. Dude, they really gave him the trundle. That's kind of crazy. And then I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the Sivir. It's just Mobby because probably because I'm jaded, because of solo queue. I've never had a good Sivir in solo queue. So, but yeah, very safe bot lane. Obviously, the split push top. But yeah, Nar's a great answer. Like they're hugely punishing early on. Obviously, late game gets a little harder if he gets onto you, but huge punish early on if he plays it correctly.
I really do like seeing that because I think it's now it's time for the league to just adapt to the fact that the Trundle is probably here to stay. And champions like that probably will see more things like Gnar picked up as the season gets closer to its end, and we do finalize the bans here as Kraken Slayers ban out the Karma and Annie. Los Nomadas is going to ban out the Victor and Aurelian Soul to finalize the ban phase. And then now we are awaiting Los Nomadas' pick. And I guess they're taking their time thinking about this one. It's kind of hard when you already got your jungle, So like I think support is probably really good to pick here.
It's gonna be a support pick to give Sir Bobsy counter pick for sure.
Which is definitely a good thing to do. Make sure that your mid laner is most comfortable. And I like the Braum pick here. It's definitely I feel like it'll be somewhat helpful depending upon what's picked. But
Ooh, okay.
I think Braum completely blocks the Renata Glass ultimate, so that actually might be a self counter if they go for that with that interaction.
I just don't know if you're gonna get much payoff from that. There's not really. I don't think there's anybody on their team so far that does a huge amount of damage as far as auto attacking goes to each other. Um, so I don't know.
I mean, it might
I,
be a
you,
good like distraction for a few moments.
you
I mean, it's
take
a
it
good
for the W.
disengage.
Yeah.
It's a good disengage with Skarner, Nard, Braum. Like all of them want to just kind of run at you and press R. So it's a good disengage for sure. But yeah, the bailout for sure is pretty big for um, the guys like Trundle or guys like Sivir. Not guys, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, you know the champions there, the characters. That's all we're trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And we await the finalized pick. Snurbopsy in that mid lane. It's going to be the Swain on Los Nomadas' side. So we do have the actual wow, I'm absolutely blinking today. We have the pick phase officially done here, guys. Predictions is now have been let out onto the public. So go ahead, guys, and get your votes. And as we do see, Kraken Slayers, the composition is a Mumu, Sivir, Trundle, Renata, Glass, Lux. For Los Nomadas is going to be Skarner, Ezreal, Nar, Braum, Swain. So this should be pretty interesting between these two comps. And just looking at this assault, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they banned the ASOL and left up Swain instead. I understand that ASOL is pretty strong right now, and like he's just a really hard to team fight around, especially in a 5v5 coordinated. But I just don't know if giving Swain is ever a good idea as far as Snarbopsy is concerned. But the thing is, like, if Trundle's able to get ahead, there's not really anybody that can match him in a side lane. Um, but thing is, like, I think they have a really good team fight on the side of Los Novatos. Like, a lot of great team fighting ultimates. Swain wants to be in there. Skarner wants to be in there. Gnar wants to be in there. So, like, Ezreal, I don't really know how you're gonna get to him. But I guess we'll kind of find out. So,
Alrighty, and yeah, actually, you're kind of right. Like, I do like the fact that that Kraken Slayers has this kind of like weird off poke composition, but I just feel like it's gonna be very hard to play this into Los Nomadas' comp. I feel like Los Nomadas has a much higher chance.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think I might. Somebody just dropped a huge amount on the prediction. What the? There's 53K
Jeez.
points. Yeah, putting the wallet down. Ray was just dropped a huge amount, I think, on Los Novatas. Well, with that being said, I think I'm gonna throw a K or so towards Kraken Slayers
Yeah,
because that feels bad to be 50K to 8K. No big deal.
right. Throw a little.
The
We gotta
payout's
show that we have a little faith,
astronomical.
you know.
Did you say?
The payout if Kraken Slayers wins is going to be astronomical,
Oh, it's
as
gonna be
Ray
massive. Yeah,
was.
yeah. Ray was really
He's
going all
doubling
in on that
down.
one.
That's right.
Putting the wallet down. Yes, and I like seeing that kind of faith in a team. Let's go. But for the people who do have the faith in Kraken Slayers, that's good for them too. Because if you win one big payout, so you got to love that gambling in the league. But then two, it's just gonna show that we might actually end up seeing a Kraken Slayers victory because they do have a big affinity for winning game twos. It has been a trend of theirs since basically the team's inception, and it has been a continuance ever since. So I would feel that Los Nomadas don't. You definitely want to press this game one because if they're coming into it with a game two, you might be looking down a barrel of a gun.
I feel like they just love game threes. They love the excitement of the silver scrapes. So they always want to go to game three. So they're like, okay, we'll kind of just chill game one. Hailsham split pushes game two, and then they're like, all right, let's really bust it out for game three. But I think they do have a lot of CC on the side of Kraken Slayers. So like if they're really able to kind of disengage. from Los Nomadas, right? With like the Renata ult and the CC. It's kind of hard to run into a Lux sometimes, plus the Amumu. And then you have the Sivir ult to really kind of disengage. So if they're able to play it really slow as far as the team fighting and kind of disengage and drag these fights out, Trundle might be able to make something happen. But I think the early game top lane is really kind of decide this game, if that makes sense.
And it's also going to come down to how well both of these teams are going to be playing against one another. If one team can just simply outplay the other, that's actually going to be a big factor of it too. I'm not going to be surprised. Honestly, these two teams seem like they're even on the board, and it's just going to be a really big scrap. But we're probably going to end up seeing I want to say like a 2-game series, but it's just going to be very scrappy as to who's actually going to end up winning it.
Yeah, if you just like outplay the other team, you just win. So easy day.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm like really concerned I'm really concerned about this Swain into the Lux pick. Sarbopsy is an absolute menace on Swain, and so that's actually pretty scary. But I mean, it is Astros versus Sarbopsy, so I'm actually really excited to see this, mid lane matchup.
I'm gonna say this, and I've been casting for the league for the last. I think this is my third season as of now. Casting, yeah, third season as of now. Because 2, 3, and 4, and it's just been so interesting to see how the games have just grown to evolve as the league has evolved. Even though like you can notice that like some teams have kept like some of their namesake players on each of them, but then there's just this like now each of the teams feels so much more even against one another, and every single game is just like this absolute there's 40 kills and 22-minute bangers. So that's been like what each of the games have felt like so much. So I'm not going to be surprised if honestly Los Nomadas looks like the type of comp that's going to be attempting to have a lot of those scraps and trying to find ways to open up the game by fighting a lot. So if Kraken Slayer doesn't play to mitigate that as much as they can, they're really looking like they might end up actually having a hard time.
Yeah, I think Los Maz is gonna be pretty aggressive here. They have a pretty aggressive like team fighting comp for sure. So I think it's really all about how well Kraken Slayers can disengage and just allow for their strategy that has been working, the 1 and 4 strategy. So I mean, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, these are bangers for sure. The continuity, especially between some of these teams, like Sir Bopsy's just you know kept his jungle around forever. Or sorry, Ray was especially. So yeah, I'm excited for the continuity and like how well they play together is pretty exciting.
This is going to be fun as we're waiting for the last 40 seconds of the spectator delay. As everyone saw, it is looking like a heavy favor for the side of Los Nomadas to win this game. And we did see some face for the side of Kraken Slayers. I think it's more of the gamblers trying to hope for a big payout. But we I think that's mostly determined by just the comp difference. I think a lot of people were expecting it to go on Los Nomadas' side. So let's go ahead and jump right into this game as we see the countdown has officially stopped and we're getting right into loading screen.
Yeah, pulling the Skarner out. Yeah, I'm excited to see Bulgaria on this Skarner. He also is a huge fan of the Great Champions, just like Dak Alley. So seeing him on Skarner is pretty cool.
The new Skarner has actually been pretty interesting, and that's why I feel just seeing it being used significantly more in the league after like its initial what was like the initial response to it was kind of like meh after the win rate was extremely low and we get an immediate pause.
Oh,
Bulgaria
Bulk diff. Oh my God.
player resume. All right, we got
Convenient,
this, guys. Don't
convenient
worry.
time to go to the bathroom, Bulgaria. No big deal.
It's just the time he picked.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
gotta.
I think the whole Skarner thing is people just didn't know really how to chain his CC, but now that everyone's kind of figured it out. So he's coming out of a wall out of nowhere, and just like, pulling your team, slamming you into a wall, and then just ulting you, and you're like, what just happened to me? What is the outplay for that?
Like, what do you do?
My bad.
It's
I
like
should just not exist. You're right. Sorry.
Right, I shouldn't play this game anymore. Cool. All right, uninstalled.
Yeah, especially like if he comes out of, like if you're a top lane, and he comes from this like corner right here, and he just comes out of nowhere. You're like,
Oh,
my bad.
Hailstrom.
Oh
Oh,
no,
he actually
Hailstrom.
managed to catch it. If that ends up landing, Sloan, he's gonna have to use the flash. Flash used by the Braum, sitting there, 2 concussive blows. Maybe be able to get the
Flash.
third pillar used. Pulled in. Hailstrom caught in between all the members. First blood going to the ADC of Los Nomadas. Nicely done from that invade from Los Nomadas' side. Getting this game started like they expected to.
Yep, you got flash, couple flashes blown on the side of Los Nomadas, and no flashes blown for Kraken Slayer. So avoidable, perhaps, but they just didn't see really the value in flashing that one out. But that will be first blood on the side of good old Redacted. So, and he is on the kill leader chart. So be careful because he is indeed a threat. If you give him first blood, he might just pop off.
It's actually funny. He's so when I was just checking the website stats, he is actually currently 6 kills. Well, now as of this kill, 5 kills behind the kill leader of the league, which is currently Mine's Desire at 119. Where as of this kill now, Redacted has 114. So he's probably looking to take that lead back after this series, most definitely.
Yeah. So you see jungles pathing opposite of each other here. So looks like we might be able to see early gank bot lane from Tack Alley. Maybe a little cheese gank. We'll see. But so yeah, Skarner's pathing top and Tack Alley's pathing bot. So it'd be a good idea to maybe get Hailsham a little bit more behind. Oh, Eli going aggressive, trading super hard here.
I like to see that. Definitely showed the confidence against that Trundle.
Yeah, I mean, and he picked this up. They got level 2 first.
Oh, that's not looking good. They managed to level up. Well done.
We're
not
not
able to
taking
get
a lot of damage.
Oh, that's not looking good. Sivir's showing
there's
a
a
lot
flash.
of damage. Flashes in. Everyone trying to combat. Not going to be able to get the boomerang blade to land onto Redacted there. But we were able to blow the. They were able to blow the flash of the Ezreal, and we do see Tack Alley making his pathway down towards this side. I don't know if he's gonna. Yeah, they gotta. It's gonna be kind of hard to do anything here. Oh, yep, manages to get him there. Root. Ignite uses the E to get away. They able to get Ray was though, and that's gonna be Tack Alley taking that kill.
Oh, just couldn't give it to the ADC support, huh? Well, reported.
Listen, man. If there's anything I've learned about being a support man, you just got to take what you can get, and that assist gold is just so sweet to you. Yeah. At least you were there for that. But definitely want to try to get those kills onto Killer Kumquat. That was definitely something that they were looking to do. But at least they were able to get something, especially considering that the first blood did go towards that ADC. So getting a little gold into the Silver's pocket at least can be somewhat helpful.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. Tack Alley getting the kill there, and then Killer Kumquat and Critter getting the first play already. So that was pretty good. Huge payoff for them bot lane, and the fact that we haven't had a first blood top is already a huge win for Hailsham. So the fact that he is actually up farm against a ranged Gnar early game is huge. Oh, looking to get aggressive here. Huge trade. Oh, but he will take a tower shot though.
Ooh,
oh, Eli getting low.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is really good for Hailsham early on. If you're into a range matchup and you're up in CS this early, that's huge.
Feeling pretty good, I would say so. I would feel that Eli is just trying not to like go too crazy into Trundle, especially once you get into melee ranges. It becomes very hard to combat against him, even as Gnar. So I think this is just probably going to be a very even top side for the most part.
Yeah, I just don't think that's necessarily a good thing on the side of Eli Wood. Yeah. Good job on Hailsham taking a huge trade there. If you hadn't taken the tower shot, that possibly would have been a kill.
Right?
Possibly
Yeah.
There, yeah. Oh, look, we're getting scrappy bot. Skarner's already.
He's already making his way.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. He's trying to he's slightly hovering. Oh, we see the Swain coming down too. All right, so hovering towards this Drake, we do see Ray was roaming up towards there. We have so we have 3 versus 4 down on this bot side. Lux is making their way towards it. I'm surprised that everybody wants to actually try to fight for this first Drake.
Redacted's still on wave.
Oh, he manages to go in, lands the bandage toss. Go ahead. We got the Sivir using the boomerang blades or the bouncing blades from the background. Not going to be able to land the kill into Bulgaria. Very, very low is Tag Alley, but Killer Conquo going to be able to get that kill for them and still unleashing all those auto attacks. Manages to stop the Drake and takes a kill for themselves, getting this ADC just ahead, even if it's just a tiny bit, and still continuing the fight as Astros manages to snipe out Bulgaria from the backside of the actual jungle from off to the left. Was not expecting that whatsoever from Astros, able to secure himself a kill.
Yeah, man. Once you hit that Squire's Bloom and you see that there's a Lux somewhere in the area and you're kind of backing mid lane, you kind of gotta respect that there's ranged champs on the other side and then back off. But huge win again for Kraken Slayers. They're kind of stomping this early game.
I like to see this. If they're looking to try to take this win, they're definitely going to need to take this early game, and that's something that getting the Sivir some more items in gold, getting, Hailstrom mitigating at least much of this lead, at least as much in the top lane as possible without losing, which he's doing very, very well. And now we do see Tack Alley trying to counter here against the jungle objectives. Not able to secure any of the grubs just yet, but is trying to fight out Bulgaria. Misses the first bandage toss, but does have the second charge ready to go. But 3 members of the side of Los Nomadas are actually here. Now Astros using the TP to go up to towards the top side. Now coming in here. Going in. Hailstrom now taking out Bulgaria as Astros is able to secure the second kill of the game. And now we're going even further as the ult comes out from Snurbopsy. But it's not going to be enough as Tack Alley is still sitting there taking up so much. Lux ultimate able to be used. Not going to be able to take out anybody, but this is just Snurbopsy. Snow get up so much damage, but able to take out another with a kill as that goes over to Hailstrom. But Eli Wood able to take out Tack Alley, but is going to end up losing his life, and they end up losing 2 grubs overall. Even though they did they lost 1 member, it's still going to be an overall win for the side of Kraken Slayers.
Yeah, that was actually such a huge bailout from Critter, bailing out Tack Alley, I believe there. And once they got the secured kill, again, it was 4v3, and then it just turned horribly. I think the biggest thing there was that Eli Wood didn't have, Big Gnar at the start of the fight, so Trundle was able to get a lot of damage down on Tack Alley early before he went Big Gnar. And unfortunately, once he got that ult off, it was like a 3-4 man ult, but there's just nobody else with damage to follow up on that point. So unfortunate timing to really contest that.
It's unfortunate, but it ended up being very fortunate for the side of Kraken Slayers, as they are now starting to take some type of control within this early game. Already 2k gold at about 8 minutes into the game. Mostly this from kills and some slight objectives secured as they've been able to. But this top side has actually been doing pretty well with itself, even mid lane, even in CS with some tower plates taken. Eli Wood definitely trying his best to make sure that Hailstrom doesn't be able to make the MVP plays that he's been able to do on this Trundle as of late, but Hailstrom showing absolutely no fear as he flashes in. But we do have a fight going on between Astros and Snurbopsy, and now Snurbopsy looking like he's going to potentially lose his life, but Astros goes on a rampage, taking the life as a solo dolo goes up in that mid lane. But we do have Eli Wood now trying to chase down onto Hailstrom, and I think he's going to be able to, nope, not going to be able to land on any more autos. Hailstrom, though, having his ult taking out, and I don't think Eli Wood knows this. He's actually going to go ahead and chase him down, and the ult's almost there, but it's not going to come up in time as Eli Wood is able to take him out in a solo dolo up in that top side, taking down the Trundle, and that's going to be the call for the Drake in that bot side, and I believe this is definitely going over to them here as Ezreal almost tries to take it, but Tack Alley smites it just in time.
Yeah, it's such a huge. I mean, Astros is massive, right? So I think Snurbopsy there just overextending just a little too much. Didn't have ult up yet, and then Hailstrom, trying to do what he can, trying to get that damage down before Gnar went Mega Gnar, but just really couldn't finish it out. So, you have Snurbopsy going all the way in. Astros.
Oh yeah, this time Astros is the one who's getting caught. Oh no, he might end up losing his life for it. Oh, well, that might be Snurbopsy getting the kill return. The shutdown goes to Snurbopsy, but that Lux was able to use the snare just in time to take those turret shots and land the kill back.
Yeah, but that's so huge. That's so huge for Snurbopsy. Like, that's a really good shutdown. I'll take that 1v1 trade all day. If you're behind and you're getting that shutdown.
Blows, but Tack Alley's going in. Ult used by the Amumu, and now Bulgaria able to get the suppression immediately onto the Renata Glass, but now it's caught in the middle of 3 members. Ray was cutting down a little low, but the suppression now actually being used on the Tack Alley, and he's not going to cause any other members to be brought down low, and instead Ray was still trying to do a little bit more, but that's a fight in the bot lane that does not end up going anywhere.
That looks so good actually with Bulgaria's ult there. Like the Skarner ult pulled him back, and we thought he was dead for sure. But again, that Renato ult is huge. Like that disengage and allowing Tac Alley to get out. That was definitely the difference there between probably a potentially double kill.
Honestly, I'm very surprised that didn't end up being like a double kill or anything in that fight in general. That was I was just fully suspecting something was going to happen, but everybody playing footsies so well and being
Yeah.
able to not die there is actually really well done by both sides.
What's really awesome is that regardless of being behind, like Los Nomadas is still contesting objectives. So, it's like they're willing to flip this and they're willing to fight it out for sure. It's just a little scary on the, Los Nomadas part because Astros is just so huge. So they're gonna have to probably blow him up if they want to contest these grubs coming up.
Getting on this Lux right now is what's going to be very important, but with the Lux Sivir combo, that's actually going to be a lot more easier said than done, just due to the fact that the sheer poke damage coming out. It's going to be very hard to engage on a fight when these two are just laying out damage on you from so far away.
Yeah, and I mean, and he the
Man,
one shot.
Astros with the snipe, absolutely one shot with the it would take off Sterbowski the mid lane, and that's going to be the call for Kraken Slayers to immediately go towards these grubs.
This is not good. This is not good for Los Nomadas because top is generally even. We look at Bulgaria. Oh, no, okay.
Tries
Right.
not to go through the wall.
That's a 1v4, big dog. He didn't go into. I was thinking he might do a drive-by smite, but I think he bailed out at the last second.
I wouldn't blame him. That was
Yeah.
probably not a risk to worth. The grubs was not worth your life, man.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not good for Los Nomadas because the fact that Hailsham is going even. Oh, the engage here can Tac Alley get a Q.
Man, I think he might actually end up getting away
he's out.
here. Yeah, spectators like, yep, no, don't worry, guys.
Spectators like, don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna tell you he's safe even before you see it. Yeah.
Right, you couldn't just give it to us a little bit, like, I
Right,
really like
was
seeing
face
Killer
checking.
here. Okay, the concussive using
This
the
is a
special
3-level
too
difference.
early. Oh wait, now we got Killer almost dead here, but gonna be able to get under his tower. I'm not seeing much else going on except we got a fight going on the top side, a little bit of scrapping. I'm probably gonna end up seeing yeah, it's just the spectator does not know where to go, but I think it decided to go up on Hailsham and Eli. What is he's going to chase
Well, I
him
think
down?
there's just so much fighting going on both the top side and the bot side. Oh,
And they
Eli
don't know
doesn't
what
have
to do with
ult,
it
but
right
Hailsham
now.
has no mana.
Yep, so Hailsham might have to actually back off this fight. Eli Wood, are you feeling brave enough? Probably not.
But the crazy face check there from Ray was only level 5, and he face checked that bush with, level 8 Sivir. So if Bulgaria wasn't there, I don't think they're able to really successfully do that. But as I was kind of saying earlier, the fact that Hailsham is, within a 6 CS of this top is not good because on the side of Kraken Slayers, like they're pretty big, so they might be able to do this 4-1 really well as long as Astros stays huge and nobody on the side of Los Nomadas gets big.
Yeah, this is what you're kind of worried about because eventually the Gnar is gonna have to be with his team where the Trundle, the way that the 4-1 is set up for Kraken Slayers, Trundle doesn't really have to be there as long as Lux and Sivir are able to do something, and we do have we have Tac Alley on the Mumu for the ability to peel and tank. So at this point, it's as they're staying this far ahead, especially since they're about 2.5k up. And if it continues this way into the mid game, we just saw more plates taken, relatively even CS. This
Ooh,
is
that was
not
huge
looking good in
damage.
that top side. And yeah, you see even more plates being taken now by even the bot side here. So now the Sivir is being more accelerated as well too.
Yeah, I mean, you generally have every lane losing on the side of Los Nomadas, and that's not what you want when you're talking about, going into a 4-1 comp. Like, you want at least 1 or 2 winning lanes early on. So now it's all going to come down to, like, macro play and, Serbopsy sidestepping the Lux ult there. But now it's going to come down to macro play because there's a lot of way clear on the side of, we're going in Hailsham. But Meganar's up.
Fights, but we do have Ray Was here who's looking to help out his top laner. Not going to be able to do it there. I just want to call out Halfling is in the chat here, and he does call it out that Lux and Sivir is a massive wave clear, and Trundle for split makes every option the wrong option for Los Nomadas at this point. And it's actually a pretty good call out because it's already showing here how hard it is to play into this extreme poke composition, even in the solo lanes.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good trade there by Eli Wood, but they are going to go ahead and secure Rift Herald on the side of Los Nomadas, but they will lose tower in the mid lane. So this map is about to open up really wide. Oh, huge trade here by Eli Wood. Potentially looking for a dive here, but yep. Kraken Slayer is going to go ahead and rotate up and make sure their top laner is safe, I think.
I like seeing this. They know that they generally leave Hailstorm alone, but every time they take some type of objective, they immediately go topside and it's like, all right, does Hailstorm need help real quick? Let's see if we can alleviate a little bit of the pressure. And that's all they try to do for him. Hailstorm has been a very good, sufficient solo top laner. And now, caught out in the middle, there's 3 members coming up. Pillar use, you can't hop away. He like when caught bandage toss, grabbed by the I forgot what it's called for her, but it's gonna end up getting him killed as Trundle ends up taking that kill, and it's officially even more so actually. This Trundle's definitely a head up in this top lane.
This is not good. Yeah, that pillar was huge, stopping his jump, and then the Renata hook into the there's just so much CC on the side as far as like Amumu, Renata, Lux, Trundle, like. Ooh,
that was a nice.
Almost put him to half health as Ezreal. I mean, he has an ADC at the end of the day, you know, but
still, it's still pretty impressive. I think she's sitting 7,000 gold, 7.5k gold, 1.5 items, and that was half health from just the ultimate alone. And that thing's on a maybe 45 to a minute cooldown on level 1.
Oh, Ray was could be in trouble. Ooh. Oh,
that ult was up. It literally had another 5 seconds. He has to go as far as he can. He can't risk the fact that the Lux ult is up and it gets the reset.
Yeah, Vastros gets. I think they're looking for vision here, maybe. No, they're gonna let him back.
Chat's awesome. Thank you guys. Handshake. Literally, I could not think of it. I was thinking of handcuff for some reason. I don't know why. Really close though. So we're good to go. Because I remember bailout. That's the one you gotta always remember is bailout.
Kiki.
Hey,
stop it. Naughty as hell. You're in jail for sure.
Someone in chat, put him in jail.
Yeah, you're in Twitch jail.
Wait, he's our producer. I don't think we can.
Nah. We still put him in jail for sure. Yeah. So you got a 4k gold lead on the side of Kraken Slayers here. Both top and mid tower down, looking to hopefully get this bottom tower. Interesting that Snowbopsy is going to match this Trundle. I don't know if he's strong enough, but I guess we'll kind of find out. But Astros I think is definitely the correct person to put against Eli Wood. He's just going to be able to poke this Gnar out, I think, so.
I'm loving what I'm seeing. That's crazy to watch.
Oh, Bulgaria going in.
Really fed. Oh wow, I'm actually surprised they missed right there. And I don't think you want to put Hailstorm up against the Snurboopsy. Even with the ult Snurboopsy, the moment that Trundle ults you, you're gonna get shredded. And this is what we've seen. This is why I keep saying ban the Trundle. I am sick and tired of seeing him. He just literally looks at you. He says, "I don't care about you. I want your tower instead." Takes your tower and then bum rushes you like the hobo with the change cup on the corner of the street. And it's just like, what do you do?
If he was really angry and had a gigantic mace, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, well, what do? You just gotta either run away from him or just give him some change, which is AKA going to the gray screen. You don't want to do either, though.
Yeah, this is not good. We're losing. They have basically a 1-3-1 right now, and they are kind of hemorrhaging gold right now. About a 5k gold lead now, and we have Drake coming up, about to be the 3rd Drake on the side of Kraken Slayers, so they're stacking Drakes pretty well. Oh, Bray was gonna go ahead and face check this troll, and he's gonna walk out. Yeah.
This is not looking fun for the side of Los Nomadas. I would feel they definitely need to just there needs to be something figured out here. At about 20 minutes in, they're sitting 5k down. And it's just not looking like a fun game for them at the moment, especially considering that their comp was actually supposed to probably be the overall better. Here. But Critter having to use the ultimate to be able to get out of there. Bailout now used onto Trundle to go ahead and give himself a little bit of survivability there. We saw Bulgaria trying to charge right in, but instead decides to bail himself out the opposite way. And we're going now 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 as we have one on top, the Eli Wood right above them, but they do have vision upon him. They're trying to catch him out, pulled in, and it's not going to be enough. Tack Alley going in, snipe, not going to land onto anybody, but we do have the middle of the fight as the Gnar ultimate was used, but Astro's still too powerful, going to be able to get more kills as Tack Alley takes out 2, being the top and jungler, and that's as important as that is. Redacted, going to have to run for his life here, not going to be able to get to advance his lead more into the kill leader's stats here, and instead is going to have to watch that walk away from him as this Drake also gets taken.
I mean, that was just such a huge Mumu ult. Their Swain Bolt ult was blown before the team fight when that scrap happened in River. So that was kind of a huge ult. You know, you can't really fight into that too well. But the fact that it was blown before the team fight happened. Oh, here we go. Potential dive.
Can we get
Astros might be dead here.
But Astros
The
getting the
bailout.
bailout, but it's not going to mean anything. The shutdown's going to go over to the Braum instead of one of the carries, which is kind of unfortunate. But it's still at least something.
Did you guys realize that Redacted stole Dragon there?
Oh, I did not
Did
see
he?
that actually. Oh yeah, he
Ezreal
did.
snipe for the steal.
Holy. That feels
wow,
so
that's
bad.
big. That's
that feels
actually
so
no,
bad
that's
after
really
such a
big.
successful team fight to lose that
I'm
drag.
so sorry that I did not catch that. That's wholly big. Just gonna
Tack
completely
Alley in
miss
trouble.
that. But Tack Alley gonna have to end up losing his life, and that's gonna be a shutdown going right over to Redacted. Redacted's still unkilled in this game, which is very well done for him. 2-0. Sorry to glaze over that, Redacted. We're gonna have to get that highlight for you here in the Seer. So make sure you submit that clip over to the Seer. Everyone remember, for every week you remember to submit your clips as well to the Seer so that we can get these highlighted for you guys onto the show and show us how good of a player you are here in Valhalla Esports. But continuance from the game here, big steal for the side of Los Nomadas. I'm again sorry that we glazed over that, and it's right now looking like though still Kraken Slayers has full control of this game.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate sequence of events because they won that huge team fight. They went mid, but then they gave up Astros's shutdown, and then they went bot, and also lost a shutdown on Bulgaria. So kind of a misplay after the dragon. To lose that dragon and then lose 2 shutdowns, I think is unfortunate on the side of Kraken Slayers.
A little unfortunate, but it's just one small setback. It didn't take away too much gold from them. They're still ahead in this lead. They're still taking full control of the game. So I think right now people who bet for Kraken Slayers are probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I think that that 50K bet on the side of Ray was I don't know, man. He might be sweating right now.
I think that's getting to his head right now. He's playing the game. He's like, no, my 50K points, I can't. We gotta win this, guys. Come on.
Yeah, still about a 5K gold lead now. The map is pretty open. They have 3 bot matching this Trundle. They might be able to do this Baron if too many people show bot.
With a Sivir, yeah, I think that's actually very much possible. She's not 2 items quite as yet, mostly because she's been primarily getting a lot of assists. But it's been very helpful she's been very helpful to their team with the constant wave clear between her and the Lux, which is also a lot of damage. 7, 2, and 4 on this Lux, already 2.5 items in. It's looking pretty hard to get past this artillery mage / basically artillery fire type of 80 carry. It's hard to have like wave control or anything against those two.
Yeah, like that team fight, it was really hard to get past like the Amumu ult, and then just Killer Kumquat was able to set behind Renata and just free fire, and that Astros Lux ult did so much damage, especially with the Storm Surge. It's just really hard to win that team fight, especially with Swain ult down and the front line just being absolutely melted.
It didn't look like they were falling for the bait as of either. They were trying to get them to come towards the Baron, maybe force some type of 4v5 fight, even though because Trundle does have the TP, so he can go down that side any point in time. And right now, forcing the jump out of Eli Wood then turning around. But now with this, with them just pushing down, yeah, they're just forcing them right back to the mid lane once again, able to clear these waves, and they're gonna probably just keep bouncing themselves back between mid and the Baron constantly. I like the way that they're playing this from the side of Kraken Slayers. They're just trying to force them to either answer one way or the other. And Trundle just absolutely forcing the option as it's Gnar has to back or, yeah, meet up with the Trundle at the wave.
Yeah, Lux is kind of out of position here. They might be able to pick Astros if they collapse on him. I think he's just going to get it back off, though. But, yeah, the 1-4 is definitely in effect. You have Dragon coming up, so they're probably going to reset and look to fight Drag here. This could be a potentially game-ending team fight right here with the waves all the way push and them having basically a free push to end mid. They got to be careful not to lose their whole team on this one.
Calling out, we officially got the Navori power spike for Sivir here, so that's going to be a lot more damage being dished out with every single auto attack she gets. Obviously the cooldown on her basic abilities, So that's gonna be very difficult to go up against now, where she's gonna have constant bouncing blades constantly coming at you, the boomerang blades constantly flying, and Lux with her constant low cooldowns. This is actually they're poised for a lot of damage, and instead of just deciding to go rip.
Yeah, we'll pause. Something to also point out is Skarner is not as tanky as the Mumu right now. Like, Mumu does have a Force of Nature completed and Sunfire, but we only have a Heartsteel completed on the side of Skarner, so he's not as tanky as we want him to be. And then Gnar again, like, went Triforce, Wits End, so he's not really that tanky either. So as far as like front line to really sustain a lot of this Lux damage and a lot of this Sivir damage, it's looking kind of scarce. Like Braum only has the why am I blanking right now?
Locket.
Yeah, he only has Locket completed. So again, he's not very tanky either. So might be a potential tank diff right now.
Yeah, I honestly, I feel like at the same time too, though, it's very interesting to say this, but I want to take a look at the gold when we get the chance to after the pause, which it just immediately came back out of nowhere. That was interesting. Did we see the pause counter? Did anybody else see the pause counter?
No, I didn't see them on pause. I didn't see anything in chat either. So,
Right,
but it's also weird that Kraken Slayers is not at this drag.
Yeah, they're not.
Just drag together.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to flip Baron for drag.
I mean, a quick little 2,500 gold in the pocket, 500 extra gold into everybody's pocket each if they can all live is pretty nice to swing that gold lead back into their favor. But I don't think they really have the team that can take it quick enough. And like Trundle taking this, and you have, oh no, Astros, you're going to have to try to get away. You might need to flash over, but you're getting suppressed and stuck. Flashing over the wall, not enough damage there between Raywas and Bulgaria, so they're not going to be able to do anything there. Clear the wave so they can't get any more of this tower, going to deny them any type of gold for themselves there, and with objective bounties not up, that's at least not going to, that's not going to swing anything more towards them either.
Yeah.
So they got the Drake and they were able to stop all this. This is absolutely insane. Hailstrom now finally wanting to fight him down, but the Gnar actually does a lot of damage. So yeah, Hailstrom gonna have to run away, but luckily the wave they're able to stop the next boomerang from slowing him down and the chase from Eli Wood.
Yeah, that's all. I was kind of worried because they had 3 top side, 2 bot side, right? And so I was like, okay, are we gonna look to like flip a Baron fight while we're getting drag? It's like, is that what we were doing? No one grouped for the drag, so it was kind of interesting. Maybe they could have stolen it there or collapsed topside, done something, but they kind of just lose the drag on the side of Los Nomadas for free.
Maybe they were concerned about other potential steal, so they wanted to just burn it down as quickly as they could before the Ezreal had the chance to try to do that again.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, Los Nomadas kind of just gave that drag for free, like they didn't try and contest anything. They didn't try and like maybe force Baron while they were taking drag because jungle was bot side. Kind of just let Kraken Slayers have it, and now we're back to kind of losing in gold a little bit slowly. But I mean, we're still at a 5K gold lead.
Yeah, so it's not, it's good to say that Los Nomadas has been able to stop the bleeding actually, so they're not hemorrhaging anymore. They're able to actually match up and keep at least whenever there's like 1-to-1 in the gold sense, so it hasn't been a whole like big old lead. Now he's going into Mega Gnar, trying to fight. Ultimate used by Hailstrom got him off, trying to start this Baron here, but it's going to be Los Nomadas still kind of keeping themselves posed up towards that top side. So it's not an easy Baron take here unless they can split them all up again.
Yeah. The problem is, though, that they are now on, soul points, so they are going to have to contest this next drag or do something before to get back in this game a little bit before the next drag. But they're definitely on a timer now.
I was going to say, I kind of think I see what the game plan from, oh, hold on, we got a fight going in as Hailstrom is now you had the bailout on him. The stun landing. Big suppression from Bulgaria, dragging them all into the middle of the team, and Ouster Bopsy. This is the fight that exactly Los Nomadas need, as Eli Wood is going to be able to take a kill the Conquest on the bottom there. And we do see Hailstrom being taken out by Bulgaria as Tech Alley is now being chased down. Los Nomadas finally finding the fight that they exactly needed. But we do see more members getting slain as double kill going right over to the Gnar. Triple kill to the Gnar as Ezreal is able to take out Tech Alley. 5-0 big Los Nomadas fight, and this is gonna be the turnaround as they were able to make that big play. An insane ultimate. That was an
Oh my God.
insane Skarner
That was
ultimate.
literally a
Holy.
game-changing, potentially game-winning ultimate right there. Like the fact that they were 5K gold behind, like two
This is
dragons
completely
behind.
evening it out right here.
Oh yeah, this might swing it as far as like they might be up in gold after this, but I mean Ezreal's huge, and with that like the gold swing is massive. This Gnar is now huge as well, but Bulgaria potentially just won them this game potentially.
Ray was just literally said, "My wallet, guys, come on, we gotta do this," and it
Do it
ended
for the
up
wallet.
being big, and it ended up being a big play. As I honestly was very surprised because of the fact that the side of Kraken Slayers actually had the one up on them, but they didn't expect the Skarner from over the wall. Next thing you know, 4 members being dragged right into Snurbopsy's clenches, and we just see the rest of the fight fall out, and it just ends up being Los Nomadas with an absolute clean fight there.
Yeah,
What I'm concerned about, though, is going to probably be ending up at this dragon fight if they can replicate the same type of result.
Yeah, I mean, like Kraken Slayers doesn't have to contest this drag if they don't want to. They can just go for the 1-4, and just kind of wait out the Baron. But the gold's basically even now, and I think they just didn't respect the Skarner, right? Right, like he has the potential to grab almost your whole team. So kind of sandwiching yourself like that next to a Skarner that has ult up. Especially into a team like where you have like Los Nomadas that wants the team fight and you're in a 1-4 comp, maybe kind of running at them into the jungle is probably not the play there, you know? Like you have a lot of poke, we should be playing poke with it.
Oh, here he is again, able to get somebody, but the handshake gonna be able to save Tack Alley there by deflecting Bulgaria into the other direction. Good job, Critter. And honestly, I agree. It's fairly hard to now run face first into this team. The Bulgaria now really getting tanky on this Skarner, so it's actually a lot of a hard fight. And Eli Wood on this Gnar starting to finally show up and making it difficult for Hailstorm to actually be able to split push on this Trundle. And he's looking to
He's not gonna be able to stop him.
Yep, gonna be able to. Nope, not gonna be able to stop him. And with Gnar not having the TP, he's gonna be forced to back and try to come down here. Now it's a 4v5, and they're gonna try to want to do this, but if they can't, oh, that's some members all clenched up. Now 4 of them in the middle, having to stop up. Snurbopsy using the ult, and that's gonna be the big barrier. It's gonna be it. Snurbopsy able to secure it in the middle of all of them. I'm not Snurbopsy, I'm in Bulgaria. But unfortunately, that's gonna be lives lost at the very least. 2 lost there, the mid laner and the jungler. As we do see, they were able to take the Drake, but it's gonna be the lives lost for many. As Kill Kumquat able to take out Ray was, and now they're gonna be trying to push this mid lane wave immediately into their base. That's gonna be hard to fight against now. Gold Leaf swinging right back into Kraken Slayer's side.
You do have Meganar and Redacted still alive, so this isn't going to be an easy push, but they could potentially end here. Meganar's about to run out. They're not going to try and ult or engage.
Yeah, they want to go for the end here.
End right here, yeah.
It'll be very hard to end after that too. Wave is getting obliterated by the Ezreal ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. They are just pinging for it. We do see the pings coming out from the side of Kraken Slayers. They want more. They want blood. They want Redacted. Redacted takes a kill, but that's going to be a shutdown going right over to Hailstorm, and the game going over to Kraken Slayers. Big payout to everybody who voted towards Kraken Slayers' side.
There goes the 50K. That feels so bad. Oh, well played though. Like the throwback, yeah, the throwback was huge there. The fact that they were willing to flip that dragon and Gnar wasn't there yet, but they flipped that and they definitely got they got punished for flipping it.
They definitely got a big punish for flipping all of that, and that ends up being a big game going right over to the Kraken Slayers side. Well, at least we figured out something. Gnar is definitely a good counter to is definitely a really good counter to Trundle. That was actually pretty interesting to watch there. But it ultimately that one big team fight. Holy, please someone send that into the clips. I need someone to send that in clips. Like make sure they clip that from that one. That was absolutely insane from Bulgaria to see that. But absolutely insane game to watch. It absolutely looked like Los Nomados was going to be able to clinch it right back into their hands. But the team fight at the end there, they just kind of outplayed you guys at the end there, especially Trundle having the it was that one summoner being up than you guys had, and Nar not being able to be there when you guys needed him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And just the mismatch. And once that happened, it was unfortunate. But you guys definitely played tooth and nail, and it was definitely a hell of a game to watch.
Yeah, it was really I mean they huge comeback on that play, and up in jungle and for Baron, and that was huge, but they weren't really able to do too much. Like they did even the gold there, but yeah, I think it just came down to a TP diff. Once Trundle TP down and it was a 5-4, they decide, hey, we're gonna flip this drag. We're gonna get the drag, but what's it gonna cost? So it did in fact cost them the game to do that 4v5, unfortunately.
I honestly am gonna say this. It seems pretty interesting that um overall, like that Baron play, I really thought that was gonna be the big swing, and it
Mhm.
just it. But we're good to see that Kraken Slayers were able to keep their mental up and not allow that game to, or allow that one big Baron to be, or that one big team fight in the Baron to be able to like kind of swing it or snowball it back towards Los Nomadas and let them win. And they kept their heads up, and that is just they realized they made a mistake and something happened, but they were able to eke out of it.
Yeah.
So I think for their sake, they definitely Kraken Slayers doesn't have to look at that's probably their one big mistake of the game. But aside from that, it ultimately just respect that Skarner. That was absolutely insane. That was
Yeah.
absolutely insane to watch.
Yeah, lessons learned. Be careful when you use your TPs, and also don't face check the Skarner as a team, for sure.
I'm forever gonna watch out for that Skarner now because that's the new Zac for me at this point where it's like where you're like, oh, I'm pushing safely, la 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 la, but you decide not to ward one of the weird spots. Like
Freaking critter. We let Hale to make one play call and he gets us aced. That's a classic top laner. He's a Trundle. He's like, yeah, we win. Let's just go in, and then you just report him afterwards. No big deal.
but I set up for victory,
Yeah,
so
the TP
Hailstrom
play
calling him
for the
out.
win. Yeah, he got you guys aced, but then he won you guys the game right after. So yeah, 5 brain actually.
So now with that said, between these two teams, what do you guys think that Los Nomadas needs to do to make an adjustment to be able to win in this upcoming game too and force it to a silver scrapes?
Yeah, I think I mean it was just hard for them early on. They kind of were on the back foot a majority of the game because of these early scraps. Like it just seemed that they were losing every early scrap, and the lanes, all 3 lanes started losing. So really hard for them to kind of come back when all 3 lanes are losing. And once the Lux got so huge early on, like Astros just started carrying the early fights, right? So he starts one-shotting and killing Snorbopsy solo, and then you guys start losing team fights for objectives because the mid lane are so massive. So maybe just minimize the amount of gold that you give Astros, and hopefully that your bot lane keep winning because Hailstrom wasn't really able to do too much right in the side lane. Like the Gnar did a really great job of kind of just poking him out and not letting him just take towers. But yeah, we were just losing the 4v4. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're going in timeout for what you're writing in chat for sure. Yeah, you're going to jail too. Someone put Shiva in jail. Don't actually put him in jail. Don't actually though.
But we could if we wanted to.
We could indeed, yeah, for sure.
Remember, we have the power.
Okay, well, I think we can just take like a quick break, real quick, while we're waiting for game 2 to start.
Well, yep, while we're for the game 2 draft to get situated. Let's see if are the teams already in draft lull or
Not ready for the draft lull just yet, but they have selected sides for game 2. Running it back on which sides. Looks like Kraken Slayers are ready for a draft. Waiting on List of Modest to ready up. Sure, they're
And these
talking
guys
over
are
their draft strategy.
these guys are ready to run it back. They're like, hey, you flipped it, we flipped it, we just lost a flip, we're ready to flip it again.
You know what though? I don't blame them if they're trying their best to come up with an actual game plan, especially considering I think I called this out, but I'm not kidding. Like Kraken Slayers has this crazy affinity for winning game twos. It's just something that their team is known for, and it's really hard. Like they're going into a game one, so like maybe they'll lose this game too, just because they're breaking their own curse. But from what it seems, they and we look at that from the first couple bands we get. It's a Pantheon, Thrush, and Vladimir from the side of Kraken Slayers, and we do see the Shitter brothers or the 0-10 brothers banned from Los Nomadas, as well as the Trundle being banned. So yeah, that was a crazy adaptation. They decided that the Trundle is worth it to ban.
Yeah. So no change really for Kraken Slayers on bans, but really glad that they're finally showing some respect towards the Trundle because it's definitely a problem, and he's gonna pick it, and it is game two, so it's very on brand for him to try and win game two by split pushing. And they're good at the 1-4. Kraken Slayers is known for their 1-4, so why let them do it?
And so man, she been oh man, that's messed up, dude. Another juicy return. Jeez, dude. We do see Kraken Slayers end up picking up the Amumu there, and Jinx Melio being the response from Los Nomadas. I'll just take out a loan. Valhalla can give you a loan, dude. Don't worry. I
Yeah,
would have loved to see Sivir Melio from the side of Kraken Slayers, but instead we get Sivir Nautilus. Oh my god. Okay. It's not a it's not Trundle Nautilus, so I think I can be okay with this.
yeah, they're gonna probably try and give him a little bit later a pick for Hailstrom, just because the Trundle was banned away, so it's not as easy as a blind pick there. Ooh, something aggressive top. If they lock this Renekton, I'm pretty excited because I think they want to try. He wants to try and win and punish this top lane, so that's good that now that the Trundle's gone, you can definitely pick that without being slapped to death. Same picks though on the side Kraken Slayers. Not surprised by the green jungler and the Sivir. Worked really well last game, so why not run it back? Excited to see the Jinx Milio. So definitely some good disengage from the Milio. So might be really hard to get to the Jinx depending on what else they pick.
Yeah, and I like the call out that this might be a low pick just based upon the composition do so far, and I do kind of maybe agree a little bit. Just again, Jinx Milio having the protection for the Jinx, and then the Renekton being that carry up and towards the top side. And with the this time not getting a top lane pick for the Kraken Slayers, it looks like they're gonna try to ban out more towards Hailstrom, as we do see the Urgot, which is a usual ban towards him, banned out by Los Nomadas. The Karma now being banned out by Kraken Slayers, and we are going to see Los Nomadas. I wouldn't be surprised if they either banned out the Lux again, or they ban the Lux, or they ban out some other top laner here.
Maybe they ban Mord here. I mean, with the Mord buff, you can no longer QSS as
Mm,
old, and Hailstrom definitely plays Mord, Camille. So definitely some options. Or the Tryndamere, yep. Tryndamere is definitely a split pusher for sure.
yep. And then, or even the Garen, I was expecting potentially be another ban of
Yeah,
towards him,
yeah,
but instead,
Demacia.
yep, you did say the Tryndamere being a really good one, and then we do see the Galio ban. I'm actually very surprised to see that one. I don't usually see like Galios that I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of seeing Galio in general, so
Yeah, but
I
it's
just.
Snarbopsy, It's Snarbopsy, so any champion he plays, you're like, okay, that scares me a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. We gotta give some respect to the players. You gotta
Hmm.
definitely give some respect to the players. But then we're gonna see the Mordekaiser picked up for themselves instead. So is this a Mordekaiser jungle that we're gonna be? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, more.
Um,
I think that's a more jungle.
that
Ooh,
definitely could be.
more mid.
I mean, both. I don't really see Snarbopsy playing the Mord. Could really be punished mid lane, but I'm thinking that, yeah, Bopsy is Galio's Nazi. Yeah, I'm really thinking that's probably going top. Or sorry, not top. I mean jungle.
Yeah, Bulk is definitely comfortable playing that Mordekaiser jungle.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's the Demacia top that figures. Yep.
Alrighty, Demacia top. We see the Mordekaiser picked on the side of Los Nomados, and I see a Lysandra picked up for Kraken Slayers.
Hmm.
This is definitely a much more interesting composition this time around for them. But I guess that's because the force changes based on the Trundle now being banned out. This is going to be very, very interesting. Actually, Garen, I'm kind of concerned for because he can just do a lot. I feel like he could just do a lot more upfront damage in general in comparison to like Trundle. So like trying to just fight him, especially once he gets fed, is gonna be an issue.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
the Annie.
Yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be more jungle, Renekton top. Yeah, Annie's pretty scary. He's been really good on the Annie. I've seen it before personally, so kind of scary. But you're not gonna get necessarily as much payoff mid lane, maybe as the Lux, like as enough burst early on. So might have a little bit trouble fighting these early fights because you do have like a more Renekton. Renekton's really strong early, Annie not so much. But
We're just gonna have to see how these two comps play out. I think this is another. This might actually be a Los Nomadas like angle. I think this time around, especially from composition wise. But just if they can play, if they can clean up the early game where they don't let the leads get away from them, and then they're dependent upon like a really big break in the game to happen for themselves. I think we could see a Los Nomadas win here.
yeah, I mean, I really think it's possible. I'm kind of interested to see who is going to match this. Who's going to match this like Hailsham early, or sorry, Hailsham later on, because like this Renekton's going to fall off, right? Unless he gets really ahead. And then Garen is just gonna, he's probably gonna play if he plays Phase Rush, especially Phase Rush Ignite, which I don't think he'll run Ignite. He'll probably run TP because he likes split pushing. But if he runs something aggressive, like you're probably not gonna be able to catch his Garen. He's pretty fast, so he's gonna be able to split push. You're gonna rotate to him, and then he's gonna run away. So definitely a potential problem in the side lane.
All right, 40 seconds left on the prediction. Sorry about that. It was supposed to be 5 minutes, but it ended up being 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, 2 minute
But
prediction. So get your prediction points in ASAP.
I'm
20.
gonna keep doing my little strategy and just. I actually am going with Los Nomadas this time though. Like it's. I'm actually voting Los Nomadas, not just because I want to vote against the odds. I just think that it's more. I just feel like their composition this time around leads the angle of them winning.
Don't let me down, Ray was. Well, that's a 12K ride. Dude, Hailsham really threw down like 20K, huh?
Oh,
Okay,
he
all
he's
right.
not. He's not afraid to. No, he's not afraid at all to drop that.
Hailsham, how many points do you have? I need to know.
He just won 60K.
Yeah, no, I want to know how many points he has total.
And I should have bet like 10K.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that
He's here every
figures, yeah.
stream. He's got to be here.
Yeah, that figures, yeah.
Honestly, I should have put like I
Okay.
really should have put like 10K down on that game. That would have been a
Yeah.
nice little bet.
But yeah, we can take a little break before we get into game, for sure. Um, yeah, feel free to tell us how many points you have in the chat. But yeah, I think we'll take a little break before we get into game 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sirs. We'll go ahead and take a quick pause. So don't leave the channel, but we will be right back as we await game 2 of Kraken Slayers versus Los Nomadas.
Sailing across the mighty rivers, rowing a row to the beat of drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of O's, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war. Ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war. And the wisdom whispers of our fate, and our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, madness forged into our heart. Shields be shattered, arms of steel, bloody axes fly with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war.
Our insurance
Feel
also.
his sons and daughters fall. Sailing across the mighty rivers, rowing row to the beat of drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of foes, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear, we shall withstand this night of war. For the honor have no fear, we shall withstand this night of war. In the whispers of our fate, and our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, madness forged into our heart. Shields be shattered, arms of steel, bloody axes fly with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war. Feel his sons and daughters fall.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. We got another 45 seconds of spectator delay, and then we'll get into this next game. How are my casters doing? You guys ready for game 2, the rematch?
Yes,
Oh, you
sir.
already know. You already know.
Super hype. Super hype. The Garen, good old Demacia. The early game top lane is going to be really interesting. So this could be really bad and really punishing if Garen for some reason gets ahead. So really hoping that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm not really hoping. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Los Nomadas is hoping. You know, not me personally. No streamer bias, I promise.
None at all. None at all.
Look, as a fellow top laner, I'm just saying, like, I don't enjoy when Garen's get ahead and just Demacia Ignite flash me, okay? So, oh, he did take Ignite, too. He didn't take TP. He didn't take Phase Rush, so he's not just going to speedily, you know, run up, auto, Q, spin, and then won't run away, so that's good.
Oh boy, I'm actually kind of afraid for this game because I know which side I picked, but it just
You're
I feel
worried
like
about
I
your
always
points?
yeah, I'm worried about my points on this one, man. This is looking pretty interesting because I just
How many
feel that
points did you put down?
I only put like 5K, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I bet pretty conservatively. I only threw like 2K down.
Oh, dude, that's Flash. Oh man, Flash is blown double wards.
Ooh,
I'm
double flash.
Wait, did they also get Garen's? No. Okay, no. Okay, so we got Nautilus and Jinx. Okay, I was making sure. I thought someone
Yeah,
else
yeah, yeah.
flashed on the other side
No,
too. I
no,
was
no.
like, wait,
Yeah,
what? Woo! Okay, that would have been
we're
absolutely
good. We're good.
insane.
Yeah,
They
yeah, we're good.
they weren't able to get early. No one was able to get an early kill this beginning time, but we do see that the side of Los Nomadas was able to put a ward down on the blue side of Kraken Slayer's blue buff, so at least they'll have some information of what is going on. So hopefully Los Nomadas is suspecting of that, and they ping that there is a ward placed down there as well.
Yep, they're paying Mordekaiser Ghost, which is pretty normal. So some heavy trading. All right.
Nah, to be expected.
They're gonna walk.
I'm
They're
not
just gonna
surprised
walk up
level
to them a
one.
couple. Yeah, they just walked up, auto each other a couple times. Like, okay, now we'll go for them.
It's the top laner's code. They gotta do the first little slap box, you know.
Yep, had to assert dominance.
Like understand who's taking over the top lane right now, and right now Garen at least is the healthier looking one, but Renekton being able to get the level 2 first, and we do see the bot lane of the side of Los Nomadas once again able to get the level 2 first for themselves. So they are able to press that pressure onto the Kraken Slayer bot side and force them back. So this is not so bad. Los Nomadas at least early on is starting to make themselves look good. Here we go. We got a little bit of trading going on the top side, but a lot more going on in that mid side. I think I see the difference here now. Without the Lux, it seems like there's not as much like outright damage to be done, and so it's gonna be kind of hard to do those like extra trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lissandra's. Oh, the missed cannon, and he took a turret shot. Feels so bad for Eli Wood.
Oh, that's never fun. Oh, that was a little wide for Critter. Okay, so just he's trying to get used to the Nautilus hook. He hasn't figured out the magnetism yet of it.
Yeah. Some pretty heavy trading from Sir Bopsy on Astros.
Yeah, and Astros going right back at him though, not afraid to trade right back.
Yeah.
So you know, Snirbopsy, even though landing these stuns consistently, should be fully respectful of the Lissandra, who's not afraid to go ahead and fight back either.
Yeah, pretty tame bot lane compared to the last game so far. But you do have the Milio, right? So he's gonna disengage kind of the Nautilus engages a little bit.
While also giving so much sustain to the Jinx throughout this lane and a lot of shielding too. So, we got a little bit of a scrap going on here. The Ignite was probably close to being ready to drop. Eli Wood's going to be having a really hard time against this Garen, I feel, come later on, as Hailstrom is starting to get his footing in this lane.
Yeah, it's not good when Hailstrom gets like the full spin. Oh, Quitter just
Oh,
gonna face tech the Mord here.
yep,
This
but
could
they
be
don't know that there's
unfortunate.
3 members there. Tack Alley needs to get there. Wish he not. Nope, nope. I thought he was gonna flash Q there to try to go ahead and attempt to get something and
Mhm.
maybe get the first blood of the game. But I do
Yeah.
really like the fact that he was like, let me save this for something maybe potentially more important.
Yeah, I mean they're just gonna pull Bulgaria's Ghost and then just take that as a win.
Oh yeah, they did. So yep, I just saw that that some was actually used.
Yep. Pretty good wave management on Hailstrom, was able to kind of crash that huge wave. But Eli Wood getting all that health back, so we could look for a fight soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do see eventually Tack Alley work his way up towards the top side and, well, looking like right here. Eli
Oh,
Wood going to
this
be
could
able
be
to
a
win out
kill.
the fight. First blood is the solo kill up in that top side. There's a lot of damage. I don't think Hailstrom was completely expecting that all to come out of Renekton all at once.
Yeah, Eli Wood's probably, I don't know if he's
Plus the
maxing
ignite,
W. Yeah, I don't know if he's maxing W, but his empowered W did a lot of damage. I don't know if Garen was ready for that empowered W damage.
Ooh,
Oh,
they
Bulgaria
don't
with the
see
wide
the
wrap, but
Morty
Takali's behind him.
Yup,
Ooh,
gonna
this
be able
could
to
be
land
bad.
that. A lot of CC being dropped right onto the Mord, but Mord able to drag in Tack Alley. Bulgaria now able to resist a lot, going right back in again. We see another fight between bot lanes and jungle, but this time not gonna lead to any type of kills. And it's just gonna actually just be a really good counter gank by the side of Tack Alley to be able to stop that any type of engagement from the Mord.
Yeah, tower shot diffs for sure. Yeah, the bot lane Killer Quote didn't really have any mana, so they couldn't really trade too heavily there. But it was a good counter gank. So
But at the very least, Los Nomadas is gonna be able to start their own Drake stacking and stop it from Kraken Slayers being able to take the absolute lead of the game by trying to secure this first Drake. But I think they're getting pushed off of it here. They must know that Tack Alley is potentially here off to the side. We do have Eli Wood fighting Hailstrom up in this top side, fairly low health in comparison. Oh, gonna drop the Justice Ignite, and he returns the solo kill now, 1-1. As
yeah,
Hailstrom is able to secure that kill onto Eli Wood.
yeah, the silence was huge there because Renekton didn't ult, so the silence was pretty big there. And also, whenever Garen times his W, like his shield, yeah, it's saving ult and flash for next week, yeah, for sure. But whenever Garen times his W and his shield for Renekton's W, it kind of mitigates a lot of that damage. So, oh, Shambopsy getting aggressive.
Yep, and now Astros is here though, and he might be able to actually do a lot of
There's the
damage.
ult.
Yes, he is. He's gonna be able to drop so much. Where all the kills in the game so far have been just solo dolos, that we see Astros able to take out Snerbopsy in the mid lane. We do
Yeah.
have Bulgaria though hanging tight in the middle side as Ray is also here. Astros is gonna go ahead dodge out on that, gonna dodge out on the claw coming out from Bulgaria as well, and it's now just gonna be a fight between Tack Alley, Astros, Bulgaria, and Ray but Bulgaria only being level 5, not gonna be able to take anyone to Brazil. No free vacation for anybody, and so it's just gonna be everybody backing off. Nicely done by Astros to not give another kill over to the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, Astros had some fancy feet there, just dodging everything, and yeah, both solo lanes saving their flash and ult for later. I'm surprised that Sarbopsy kind of just used his stun and then just still stayed within basically slap range of the Lissandra, and Lissandra had ult, and so when Sarbopsy doesn't have, that stack and doesn't have ult for stun, you kind of have to respect the Lissandra a lot there.
It ultimately leads to now. I mean, the game is still overall even. Void Grubs, though, being taken all 3 by the side of Kraken Slayers, so they're showing some real productivity in this jungle currently. But the game still shows as relatively even between both sides, as the gold lead shows only 100 in the way of Los Nomadas. And we do see a little bit of scrapping. Hold on, Eli Wood. Are you sure that he's here? Yes, he is. Did he already use the slice and dice? He might have. Oh, he's not gonna be able to go in. I thought he would have used the first Q to get to the minion, and then the second Q to go in. That I don't know. I think that's what I was kind of expecting, but it just ends up being instead Hailstrom just trying to go in. The ignite is there though for Eli Wood, so he's got to be very, very careful. Eli Wood decides to go back in. It could end up meaning the death of Hailstrom here.
Yeah, pretty good double
Oh,
flash. Oh, here's the
stun
stun
landed.
ult.
Now we got Tibbers chasing down Astros. Gonna use the Entomb, flash away, and it's gonna be Tibbers losing his life, and neither one of the mid laners gonna end up being able to take each other out. And instead, now we have Hailstrom going in against Eli
Oh,
Wood, but Eli Wood able to get that little bit of extra damage down, and is gonna end up making him lose his life. We do see, though, Tack Alley going to be able to take out Snare Bopsy as playing it very, very well. Astro's not going to end up losing his life and instead going to hold off tight as... Oh, wait, never mind. Jinx
goes
Rocket
wide.
not going to end up going to be able to get that there. So Snare Bopsy, unfortunately, going to have to lose his life for nothing. Astros, you're staying way too long there, buddy. And now you don't have your escape, you don't have your flash, and you do see a ghosting... Yeah,
Go
he's
see more with
ghosting towards
ult.
you. Yep, and he does have ulti. Brazil, here he comes.
Oh,
And you're
this
gonna
is
be trying to
both.
dodge out on everything. That's actually kind of crazy that he's able to do that, but unfortunately, no, Bulgaria. I feel bad because it's like
Yeah,
I feel like it was
yeah.
unnecessary to stay for that long there.
Well, I mean, yeah, Astro's just trying to maximize his lead, but yeah, it's unfortunate because he dodged both the E and the Q there from Mord, but then he's like, yeah, that's all I got, so I'm just gonna stand here and die. But I think if Hailsham ignites a little earlier there, maybe he kills Eli Wood in the 1v1, but he didn't ignite, but he did ult, so this scrappy top lane and scrappy mid lane is really awesome. Kind of just doing farming simulator bot lane for now.
Yeah, we just gotta. Well, we kind of expected the farming simulator on bot lane, especially with like Sivir not being able to really come online until later, and Hailstrom really wanting to fight here, but he doesn't know with no vision. The Mordekaiser is here and waiting, and you're just pushing down this turret, but now you're gonna see him come from around. I think your only real target here is probably just to charge down at Eli Wood, try to get the kill here, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Able to get the justice, ignite,
Oh, he
walks
still
away.
gets the solo.
Oh, nicely done. Solo in a 1v2 as Hailstrom's able to take him out. He was able to maximize everything. I think he actually ended up getting the plate there as well, too. So now this is actually looking real good for the side of Kraken Slayers as they're able to still stay within the lead, even though Los Nomadas is keeping themselves very, very even. So we still have a very decent game going on here. It's only 10 minutes in, so the game could blow up very, very soon.
Yeah, really not too good when you lose the 2v1. Unfortunately, you get a 1-for-1 trade plus plate. Eli was just getting really kind of screwed over by this silence, of Garen's. It's something that you're gonna have to outplay. You gotta kind of E in, but you can't E out, right? So you kind of just gotta front tank it, unfortunately.
And I really do like watching this. Killer Kumquat, I can't expect him to really try to fight out against the Jinx and the Melio together. So, yeah, definitely going to be forced to back off. That Drake is probably going right over to the side of Los Nomadas. I wouldn't be surprised if the Kraken Slayers end up giving up this Drake overall. But no, instead, we do have Critter going right in, able to land right onto Bulgaria. But it's going to be Red Team able to take out the Infernal Drake. And I believe the support has been taken to Brazil, having to fight off the Mordekaiser. Then that's not going to be enough as Critter trying to dodge out on so much. Able to do so much. The W going to come out to be able to shield him and be able to last out the entire duration of Brazil. But he doesn't end up meeting anything as the Death Realm ends up taking him out. And it's going to be a double kill going right over to Bulgaria. Now, Los Nomadas able to eke ahead finally the first real lead of the game. Oh, and Sivir actually got soloed down in the bot side by the Jinx. We didn't even get to see that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Mordekaiser, like, that's just more jungle. He's gonna ult whoever, be able to get a free kill off whoever, and then now he's gonna kind of scale and he has a full Rylai's completed already, so it's kind of hard to run away from ult that you can't QSS anymore, and then you have Rylai's that slows you down, so kind of little to zero outplay right now.
Going in right in the middle, able to snare so many people. Blue team able to go ahead and take some of those Void Grubs and get the big old shutdown onto the Mordekaiser. Big Amumu ulti getting right in the middle of all of them. Even though we do have we have a Lysandra able to fall. Eli Wood now gonna have to get the big health absorb, or all the big lifesteal right in the middle of their whole team. Is gonna absorb a lot of damage, able to take out the Nautilus, but it's not gonna end up being enough as we do see Redacted now looking to chase down Killer Kumquat, but he's trying to fight off a Jinx here, but Jinx able to get a lot. The TP now coming in from the Annie as they're going on to Ray Was, but Hailstrom is now here to stop this, as we do see though Oh, nope, never mind. Snurbopsy going to be able to take that kill onto the Amumu right after TPing into the middle because they were trying to chase down the Melio.
Ray was making some huge plays here because of the speed up and the shield on the Renekton. He was able to get a trade kill top by the quick bit. Ray was juked them, broke their ankles, flashed out, and then goes mid and is able to help Sir Bopsy make that play mid. So Ray was really putting in some work here.
I'm actually really hyped to have seen that from Los Nomadas to really be turning it up here. Even though it's only a 1k gold lead for them currently, it is really good to see that they're able to actually put something on themselves. Ray was here now getting stunned up and getting the Nautilus ulti dropped onto him. Ray was gonna now give that kill right over to Astros. Very well done by the mid and support to be able to go ahead and secure another kill for themselves and bring the gold lead just a tiny bit closer for themselves here.
Yeah, pretty even game. We have, Bulgaria on the Rift Herald. He's done pretty good as far as like objectives goes. But yeah, you have this Renekton's still pretty big. Like Eclipse just being finished, Strybreaker just being finished for Garen. So both top laners on one item. Unfortunately, Ashos is pretty ahead right now. Has the Malignance completed, but Sarbopsy still hasn't backed yet and completed his item.
Still though, it's a little bit of a very interesting to see like how even though there is a lead for the side of Los Nomadas, it's actually been just slowly creeping down ever so slowly. As we saw, it was about 1k, now it's sitting at about 600, 500, and we have another fight between Eli Wood and Hailstrom happening, but decides to not go into anything.
Yeah, I think this
Win that fight though overall.
Yeah, I think Hailstrom's gonna start outscaling outscaling the damage from Renekton. And he's just going to keep doing regen, keep doing, tanky Garen things, even though he only built attack speed and attack damage so far. But for some reason, he's going to be tankier this Renekton. So it's just kind of Garen gameplay.
I'm really concerned for Los Nomadas if Kraken Slayers are able to find a really good flank onto the Jinx and take her out of the fight. The moment that happens, it might be
solo.
over. Ignite. Oh, the Dominus gonna be able to save Eli Wood from being able to get killed by Hailstrom, but he's gonna not be able to back directly under his turret. He's probably gonna be forced to back off here. Hailstrom's just gonna actually flash and shut him down. Able to take another solo dolo up in the top side. This is all we're seeing is basically solo dolos all over the map, and I'm absolutely loving that these players want to go ahead and get real scrappy with it. They're saying I'm feeling froggy and they're jumping.
Yeah, this is not good. Really well played on Hailstrom because I don't think Eli would just expected the straight up flash into silence, and there's nothing the Renekton can do there. Yeah, that's why you give him Trundle. I don't know if that's the answer either, but yeah, this is not
this
good.
This is going to be at least one crash. Emilio able to make that crash happen, but now they're just jumping right onto the Jinx. This is exactly what they want. Attack Alley able to jump in big. Mumu ulti be able to get in the middle of them, but the auto attack's not being able to land onto anybody from the Sivir. They're trying to get onto Redacted, but Attack Alley gonna end up losing his life. Redacted able to ghost away with the also being excited, trying to get one more auto. That's what you need, but it's not gonna be able to do anything. His Kill Conquer also gets taken out, and then Bulgaria able to take out the Nautilus there in that bot side fight. Oh man, able to lose 3 members for nothing as Los Nomadas ends up taking that big fight, but it doesn't end up actually being a big opener for the game as they only still sit about 500 gold ahead.
Jinx has legit 10 HP in that fight, and like it was such a great flash ult from Tack Alley, but they just didn't have the damage, and Jinx has already finished Kraken, so like she got excited and just did Jinx things. Really good job killing her, but this is really good on the side of Los Nomadas because your top side is slowly losing to the Garen, and it's not what you want at 17 minutes when your top laner's playing Renekton and he's losing lane,
And he's also playing lethality, so it's only anticipated, aside from the squishies, to fall off. So Garen is looking that he's saying that, you know what, I see that my bot side might not be doing so well. My mid lane's still doing pretty good, and I do see that my jungle has been at least somewhat active. As long as I keep doing well up here, it doesn't matter, and that's just kind of working for them. So they have the mentality of as long as they win this top side, Eli Wood can't really do much, especially against Garen. I didn't realize how deceptively tanky he already is.
Yeah, I mean, the top and mid lane are pretty big as far as Kraken Slayers goes, so it's going to be up to Los Nomadas' bot lane to kind of win this for them. Oh, you don't get to face check that. You don't get to face check that anymore.
Nope, he might have to use. Nope, he doesn't have the ultimate here. but it's gonna end up being a turnaround. Is here to go ahead and help him, but they don't know that the rest of the team, now they do, is starting to converge. That's how you see how they also started backing up. They saw 2 more members, and they were like, "Yep, let's back off here. We don't want to deal with that here today."
Yeah, and the thing is, they're gonna have to either try and shut down the Garen, but it's pretty hard when he's so fast, right? He's just gonna queue and run away, so kind of gonna be hard to shut down the Garen here.
That was very interesting to see right there. That I saw that Astros got snared up or stunned by the snare Bopsy, so it wasn't able to. He wasn't able to go and do like the full on blow them up combo with the Lissandra. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if they didn't actually end up getting blown up. But he's probably gonna end up at least blowing some kind of sum. If you can actually blow the flash into Annie, that's a very, very valuable tool because now she doesn't have her own self-engaged tool with the flash Tibber stun.
Yep.
Into the full team. So I think that's actually, if you could force the flash out of them, then that's definitely well worth it.
Yeah, pretty close game. Mord's massive, right? Their bot lane's massive. So those are going to be the 2 carries that you're looking for to kind of deal with the Garen and Astros.
The way that Hailstrom just shreds this Renekton right now. Once again, forcing the Dominus out. But here comes the Jinx. Redacted is actually looking for something here. And they're going to chase. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Hailstrom just turns onto Redacted. Stridebreaker into... Literally just Stridebreaker into QE ult. That would actually be a dead Jinx right there. And that's a guaranteed of. Oh, we see the tower get taken, but we do see you get toned up, and it's going to be the ultimate being used immediately for Astros on himself, trying to get away from Snare Bopsy, but we do see that Mordekaiser is right around the corner, going to have to ensnare him, going to try to do a little bit more, not going to be able to get the damage, but able to turn around and walk away. No! The Q going to find you, and Snare Bopsy going to end up taking that solo doodle revenge for in the mid lane, and finally able to take that on him. Oh, we do see, though, Hailstrom going to try to go in under the tower on top of Eli would, but Ray was there to give a little bit extra healing that was needed. So not going to be able to just tower dive him just yet, but Hailstrom definitely pulling up ahead of this Renekton here.
Yeah, really good to see that Bopsy's able to 1v1 Astros, so that's a lot of hope on the side of Los Nomadas, because your jungle is massive and your bot lane's massive, so now if your mid lane is starting to win the 1v1s, you're only losing in one spot, which is the top lane. Unfortunately, Garen is going to be a huge issue, because you're going to have to keep sending 2 to 3 top to kind of deal with him. So it's something that they're going to have to try and deal with, either kill him ahead of time, or they're going to have to pull the trigger on these 4v4s and fight and win fast before Renekton kind of just gets dove under turret.
Oh no, Bulgaria, yep, gonna have to force the flash out of Bulgaria there as they use the spell shield, or not out of Bulgaria, but from Killer Conquat, as he ends up using the E way too early, almost forces them into Brazil, but Critter with the Silver ulti gonna not be able to get away. Jinx able to go ahead and get that kill, going right onto a killing spree. That's 1 member down for the side of Kraken Slayers, and now Gale's Hailstrom on the Garen now, right behind the rest of the members of their team, going to be able to dodge out on many of those different skill shots. And I liked how just seeing the Garen immediately forces 4 people to just turn onto him. So they do see him as the threat here, and it might actually force the Brazil out of Bulgaria, but that would be a very hard fight, I feel, for the Mordekaiser, as we just saw. He got shredded down to 66% HP.
I'm waiting for the flash, Q spin onto the Jinx into Ignite ult, but he doesn't have Ignite up yet. But I really wonder if Hailstrom could just one-shot this Jinx at this point. Could look for a stun here from Astros.
Ooh, that could be big right there. Astros maybe just get into the middle of them, but the Tibbers is now dropped onto Astros. Astros now going to have to use the Entomb right onto himself. Going to try to get more members, maybe just to flash out and barely get away. But also other members of the side of Los Nomadas now low. Thank you, Hailstrom, for being able to take that. That could have been a double kill potentially for both. That could actually kill both the Sibber and the Lysandra right there. So that was very good. But that's actually going to turn into another Drake for the side of Los Nomadas now. We're seeing the opposing sides here as Los Nomadas now finally starting up their own Drake stacking, and the Jinx actually showing why she's starting to become an actual problem.
Yeah, Los Nomadas, I think, is going to start pulling away a little bit slowly here as far as the 4v4 is concerned. They're going to start forcing Hailstrom to join these fights. He's not going to be able to probably split push too much, just because the side of Los Nomadas is, the Jinx is getting really big. Snare Bopsy is getting really big, and this Mord is going to be a huge problem because there's not a single person on the side of Kraken Slayers that I don't think can 1v1 the Mord in his ult, you know? So it's all about probably taking Astros, forcing Astros to ult himself, and that's a huge like engage/disengage down from Kraken Slayers.
I think for right now, they're gonna continue their main game plan and just attempt to push or just attempt to like push through with their split push plan. But as you said, like it doesn't seem like it's working out. Even though Los Nomadas still in the lead. Not Los Nomadas. Kraken Slayer is still technically in the lead right now when it comes to the gold swing. So I'm actually very surprised when you look at the graph and everything. I don't know exactly where these leads are coming from. It's probably mostly because of the top side. And actually, even though bot lane is lacking the kills, still very even in the farm.
It's definitely in the top side. It's about a 2k gold lead just in the top side of the map. So that's where why the gold's so even. If it wasn't for Hailstrom, taking these towers and really collecting all this gold, like they would not be this far ahead. I mean, there's a 50 CS diff between the top laners, so.
Yeah, that's actually kind of big, and it's not even like it's no fault. Oh, yep. So now we do see Hailstrom going in on top of the Annie immediately. There's no way Snurbobsy gets away. Shut down. Yup. This is the problem. This is gonna be the problem. This is what you're gonna see. This is gonna be the problem. But who's gonna become the bigger problem? Is it gonna be Hailstrom, or is it gonna be the Jinx now? As we're starting to see Redacted becoming really big. But we do have a top side fight going on as Lissandra having to barely get away over the side of the wall away, but Eli Wood going to be able to secure that kill onto Critter. But Astros using the Entomb once again onto himself, hoping he doesn't get caught up on the Charmer, but he does! And even though Attack Alley was able to get that big 4-man ultimate down, it doesn't end up amounting to anything as more members still end up losing their life there, as Astros has to still see the gray screen. But Hailstrom now pushing this bot lane out. This Baron is definitely going to go over to them. But I think this is going to at least be an in-hit potentially. Never mind, the other members of Los Nomadas have now spawned, so they can't even get much more else from this. This is going to be a Baron going over to Los Nomadas.
Yeah, I really think that I think Tack Alley saved his Umumu ult a little too long there. Like, he saved it to the end and then ulted them. I really think we need to disengage as hard as possible there, and that probably would have been...
Oh, that's a dead Sivir right there. That's going to be unfortunate. Kept chasing after it, but that's a shutdown now. Sivir... Actually, wow, I'm surprised Sivir actually had a shutdown on herself. So, yeah, that's going to be more gold going over to the pocket of Snurbobsy.
Yeah, I think they just need to disengage. Like, Hailstrom is massive, right? So it's like, if they let Hailstrom push long enough, we know Snurbobsy can't match him. We know the Renekton can't match it, right? And like the bot lane, he's just gonna flash on Jinx's head and ult her, right? So it's like, not really anybody can match a 1v1. So if you're able to 1-4, same thing, disengage and CC and survive long enough, Hailstrom might just win this game for him.
I'm waiting to see the Sivir get their Navori, so then they can actually have the power spike that's needed to be able to get through this game. But also, like you said, like now we're also seeing the, I believe, Force of Nature now being built next by the Garen. So now we're going to see the MR being stacked, making it even harder for even Mordekaiser to be able to fight this Garen.
Oh no.
Not again, dude. The stun being used with the flash now being forced out of Snurbobsy and the ult. So yeah, it's still an issue, even with them getting the Baron, even with them having the lead. The Garen is just too much. It's gonna end up being an absolute problem once he actually joins in on these team fights. Garen find one good flank or one good flash Q ulti onto one of the squishy members. It's over for a team fight.
Here we go. The re-engage.
Yep, here we go. Managed to pull him under the tower. Does he end up getting somebody going to Brazil? No, he doesn't. As Hailstrom ends up taking him out up in that top side, going unstoppable. But we do see Redacted able to get another kill up in that mid lane as Tack Alley ends up losing his life, and they're going to be able to take that mid lane turret, trying to clear this wave as Killer Kumquat is now just laying out the boomerang blades and the W. Going to be able to snare them in again. Flash from Killer Kumquat down at that middle lane as they're not able to, as he's trying to escape. Almost loses his life there, Bulgaria, but not going to be able to get the boomerang blade to land. Redacted gonna be able to get a nice little kill in the middle, going 5-0. Now probably gonna be 6. Yes, it is. This is a double kill from Redacted, trying to claim those kills back, and he's gonna go ahead and try to fight him. Oh no, Eli will walking right into the bush, right into Hailstrom's hands, but it's gonna mean enough as we do see the base being taken down. Now the first real surmountable gold lead being seen here by the side of Los Nomadas, as we do see them 4K up.
The thing is, like, yeah, the thing is, why do we try and engage their mid? You know, like Hailstrom is winning this side lane game, and he's gonna like take these towers and inhib, and he's a huge threat, right? Like Starbopsy can't even go farm side lane if they don't make that mid lane play there. As far as like the engage with Critter and Sivir, Jinx doesn't get excited. They don't lose tower. They don't lose inhibs, stuff like that. And Hailstrom's just gonna win the bot or the push, right? So yeah, exactly. Hailstrom just needs a keep pushing, and the team just needs to play safe. And if they have to give a little bit, they give a little bit. But the mid lane play there was just kind of devastating as far as like what Hailstrom is doing for them on the side.
Right, and it's really hard for anybody to match them on Hailstrom's side. Like we see the Renekton keeps trying to fight him, but like even with some of the extra HP that he gains and everything like that, he still doesn't care. Oh, that's gonna be 2 members now coming up. The Ignite dropped onto the Garen. That's definitely gonna be his life taken here. Someone's finally gonna get that shutdown onto him, and it's gonna be Eli Wood being able to take him out. Flash now being able to use by Astros to try to get away, but now it's the Jinx sitting here going god like 7-0 onto Redacted now. And that is definitely looking like a game that's starting to be absolutely taken away, as the soul was also claimed by the side of Los Nomadas with the Cloud Soul. So even more so, this game is just being taken farther and farther away from the side of Kraken Slayers, and this is gonna be the Jinx trying her best to go ahead and kill Killer Kumquat, and that's gonna land. No, it's not. So close, but it ends up not being able to take out the enemy AD carry, and Kraken Slayers right now looking like they're seeing their base absolutely taken down.
Yeah, the team kind of gave up a little too much while Garen was splitting, so I think this might just be a GG on the side of Kraken Slayers. Like they just took 3 towers top after this tower falls. Like that's 3 towers gone. So the gold lead is about to bust wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 8K, about to be probably like a 9K gold lead soon. But like Renekton has a bounty and he's been losing all game. Yeah, that's how you know it's not looking good.
Yeah, at this point it might be a slow, like either somehow some way a big team fight happens that allows for because death timer is starting to eke up in time, like that allows Kraken Slayers that they win, like in the last game we saw where there was a big team fight that happened even though the team was dead ahead, they were able to win something and then it came through. But we might not. I don't think we're gonna end up seeing that there. Sivir now just getting the Navori quick blades, so that might be a potential power spike for them in items. But we do see a lot more there. Oh no, Critter!
I mean, Jinx has a full item and a half up on the Sivir. So Jinx is almost full build, and yeah, that's not looking good. You don't like to see that.
No, you don't. Not at all. Not going to be able to land. Lands on the wall instead of Critter now being trapped up, pulled in, and absolutely stunned up. Ult not even needed by Bulgaria, as Nabopsy is able to secure that kill right onto them. No other damage is able to come out. The claw now being used by Astros, but not going to be able to find anybody, having to get away really quickly. Still no flash up, so he's a very susceptible target once that escape is down. And Killer Kumquat now being targeted by Redacted as he gets that little bit of extra HP, jumps right onto them, flash out from under, uses the ghost from the Jinx, but it's not going to be enough as they're now continuing to chase. Tibbers dropped right on top of Attack Alley and is now trying to chase down the members, taken out by the turret, having to block the Jinx rocket from above. Hailstrom now finding members all surrounding him. The Garen is not enough anymore as Bulgaria is now sitting on a rampage. Los Nomadas looks too huge. Los Nomadas looks too good, and now they're able to take this game, and it's looking like they're barreling down these turrets as they try to take the rest of the lives of the other members of Kraken Slayers, as it's a double kill for the absolutely excited Jinx, looking like a triple kill as she's able to take out that member. Is it going to be the quadra? Yes, it will be, but the timers are too long for the penta, and it's just going to be the Nexus instead, as we're forcing the silver scrapes here for Los Nomadas getting me the win.
Yeah, really, really well played on the side of Los Nomadas. I mean, they just started getting shutdowns. They started getting these kills, and yeah, they're kind of Kraken Slayer was kind of forcing a couple plays when all they kind of had to do was just play a time a little bit. Like Garen's winning, so as long as they're making macro mistakes, they're gonna just keep on winning. So really unfortunate, but look at Redacted at 11:07, absolutely massive, huge bot lane.
Welcome back to the top of the kill leaderboard.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely fighting for it for sure.
But I think after that game, that was definitely a banger between both of the teams. We are going into game 3 now. If you're gonna play that split push again, just play it safe, guys. That's all. That's all that needs to happen. That's all that needs to happen. Just play it safe. Let Hailstrom do his thing, and because no one at that point could really fight him except for when they
No.
sent like 2 members up.
Yeah. That was basically it. That was the only way they were doing it. So he was pretty huge.
I think with that said, we will be able to give the points. So anybody who voted for Los Nomadas, congratulations. You guys were able to get a little bit of points for yourself. And also, I think that with that said, do we give them the silver scrapes for the next pause as we go into game 3?
Absolutely.
Sounds like we're going to do it. Alrighty, guys. So while we await the draft to get started, we're gonna go ahead and shoot it right over to Silver Scrapes for a short pause as the teams get ready and we shoot into Game 3 of Los Nomadas versus Kraken Slayers.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. Casters, you there? Malco, Salt? We're getting into draft.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to mute myself for just a few moments. I was still here, ready and waiting. I was just able to unmute myself. But we're good to go as we're getting right into drafts of Los Nomadas versus Kraken Slayers. This is game 3, everyone. For Kazuto, just to let you know, yes, it was game 2 that they ended up winning as they were able to just absolutely work through the Hailstrom, attending the split push, and just be able to just override their team in game 2. So we are now getting into game 3 as we do see Los Nomadas banning out the Yasuo, the Yone, and the Trundle. We do see Kraken Slayers going with the Jinx, the Thresh, and the Vlad this time around for their bans. Not wanting to see that Jinx getting overly excited last time and Redacted absolutely turning up. And we will eagerly await Salt's return. I believe he had to just step away for a quick few moments, but as we await his return, we do have Los Nomadas getting their first pick in. If they win in that last game, they're going to get it again, as the Mordekaiser is picked up in the very first pick for Los Nomadas. And we see Kraken Slayers this time deciding to pick up the Maokai as their first pick. I believe that will end up going into the support role. And we eagerly await the next round of picks here. Let's just see what they end up doing. Okay, Ash Maokai. I like that adaptation from Kraken Slayers. Definitely giving a little bit of extra CC, especially far away engage too for the side of Kraken Slayers that they could very much need. Alrighty, and we do see that Los Nomadas has picked up the Renekton once again. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to run back a lot of the same draft from last. Obviously, they can't run back the Jinx, but if they end up picking up something of that hyper carry nature, no, we do see the Milio once again being picked up. So they at least get a big core of their last game draft. And they're saying that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going right back for it again. And I do like seeing that Milio picked up once again. It was definitely a good factor in protecting the AD carry and protecting other members of that team once they were able to get the ball rolling. And we see that they want to run it back with the Garen. Even though the Urgot was actually left up, I'm very surprised that Kraken Slayers decided to go with the Garen this time. I feel like that they said we could play it smarter than last time from the previous game. So they said, know what? If we can do it better this time, we got this. So they're gonna run it back with the Garen once again because they saw the Renekton there, and I guess it makes sense. The Renekton was definitely something that was it lost to the Garen for the most part, so it shouldn't be surprised that they're gonna try to run it back with that again. And we do see that the bans are coming through as Kraken Slayers decide to ban out the Lucian. The Lux now being banned out from Los Nomadas. Annie being banned out from Kraken Slayers, which I really like the fact. I love seeing how Kraken Slayers play. They always play to adapt to the bans from the previous games, and they try to base their comps around what they might have to end up going up against. So that's always pretty cool to see. So we do see now the Braum being the first pick for the side of Kraken Slayers going towards that bot side. So it's looking like a jungle Maokai. I am actually very interested to see how well Maokai will end up doing in the jungle as Braum ends up um going up. And yeah, that's actually kind of crazy that a moon being left wide open is absolutely insane. But instead, it decides that they not go with the Amuma. They decide that the Maokai is going to be their jungler this time around. And we see Vayne picked up for Los Nomadas, so needing some kind of that's going to be a very interesting pick considering that Vayne is not now like a traditional AD carry in any sense. Like she builds the core. I believe there's like a core 3 items that she builds, which is like the Terminus, Blade, and something else. And then she goes like Jack Show, some kind of just straight tank items, and she's very difficult to kill while she still does damage just because her Silver Bolts does so much. So this is going to be very interesting. And the Karma being picked up. So that's, I believe, a Karma mid. And we have Victor being picked up as the final pick for Kraken Slayers. These are very two interesting comps. Um, I think if Kraken Slayers plays it well and they don't give up everything like they did in the previous game, Kraken Slayers is looking like the favorite for this particular way. But it's still Los Nomados basically getting the same comp as last time, just no Annie this time either. So there's not as much burst damage. But then again, if a Karma goes full damage, could be a lot.
I feel like this is kind of like a protect the ADC comp almost, because like you really have two supports, right? With shielding and healing. So like this Vayne may be super hard to kill. And the Mordekaiser jungle was really good last game. The Renekton was good, just really hard matchup against the Garen. So really, it's just gonna be hard to do that 4v4, I think, and it's gonna be hard to get onto the Vayne.
Yeah, at this point, I think the 4v4, you like you said, is definitely made a lot harder, and I don't even think that Los Nomadas is going to be playing so much harder to the 4v4. It'll probably be closer to more of the 5v4, if anything. Like they'll be trying to call Renekton down whenever they can.
Hmm.
But again, if you leave Garen to his devices, that's going to be extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Ash arrow into, a Garen run at him and flash ult. Because there's just nothing you can do about that, and it feels so bad. And I've seen it plenty of times. So looking forward to the Ash arrow picks. But yeah, I'm stoked. The Victor's different. I like seeing a different pick pretty much every game by Astro so far. The karma is pretty standard for Shiropsy, so no surprise there.
I actually I'm personally surprised by the karma getting picked up. I've never seen Serbopsy. I personally haven't seen Serbopsy on it.
Mhm.
But if you're saying that's something to be kind of not surprised by, then I fully believe you.
Oh yeah, he was when then Karma was a little bit more broken, before the nerf. That was his main thing, just absolutely cruising his way through Diamond with Karma mid. So
Oh,
yeah, he's really good at it. Crazy that we only have 8.6K spent so far in predictions. You guys a little scared to drop money like you did last time, or what?
too many people went too
Yeah,
big with the wallets. That's what happened. They all
yeah.
sitting there.
Everyone's getting stingy. They're like, oh no, I gotta save all the points I got.
Does Valhalla have like a bank loan that they can that we can?
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll pay you back if you lose big time. All right. So let's get a big payout this last game. Let's cap it out.
I
Too
think
broke to bet. Yeah, feels bad, Ray. Feels
yeah,
bad.
man. It's I feel bad for that first. Only if you did that the second game, my man. It would have worked out perfectly if you could have done that the second game.
Yeah, I like how you came out swinging with 50K. Love the energy, but yeah, your team didn't really want you to have those points.
Now the team wanted him to have the points. It's just unfortunately the enemy team wanted those points even more.
True. Yeah, but Ray cracks under the pressure. That's tough.
I
Damn,
think
y'all really holding on to your points, man. I remember we were dropping 20K, 30K here. Y'all being super stingy. That's crazy.
I mean I'm sorry. I can't blame him, man. You just sat there drop if I saw myself lose 50K before my eyes. If I could watch a whole years of college tuition just go like that, that would just absolutely hurt my soul.
Yeah, where's Hellstrom's confidence at, man? He dropped 20K game two. Was like, yeah, I'll bet we got it.
He lost it.
Yeah, he lost at 20K, but he still has like 100K or something like that. Like, come on,
Right, Hailstrom, be a bet on your
big spender.
team,
Yeah,
man. Come on.
yeah. Y'all
TV
got no
Jelly
faith.
says, I'm not scared. 15K. Kraken Slayers.
Bet, bet.
Oh,
It's type of energy we
word.
need. It's type of energy we need. All right, 45 seconds.
I'll drop a little
Oh,
2,000 in there.
okay. All right, here we go.
I know how to limit myself when it comes to gambling. I know my lessons.
Oh, it's a little bit more even now. About 20 seconds left.
And in those last 20 seconds, that will determine how people really feel about these two teams. I would say I'm gonna be very surprised to see who ends up winning this one. This is gonna be a very exciting game three.
Yeah, I voted a little bit. Made it a little bit more even. We'll see what happens. Hey, Fat Boy, the smooth man himself, talking smooth to me in chat.
He said the smooth man himself. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Now it's we're only as good as the games that we get. So like
True.
you gotta take consider that we can only cast as good as the games that we get. So you gotta give some credit to the players right now on screen that you guys are getting a chance to watch. And if you really do appreciate the sub here with us here at Valhalla Esports, support the league and guarantee yourself 30 days of love with Valhalla. So you can only, only support the league so much. But we do see here really quickly, just for this, as we wait for the last 45 seconds of the spectator delay, we do have top lane, for the side of Los Nomadas, top lane, Renekton, Jungle, Mordekaiser, mid lane, Karma, Vayne, ADC, Melio support, and we're going to show, for Kraken Slayers, is going to be top lane Garen, Jungle, Maokai, mid lane Victor, ADC, Ash, and Braum support. Between these two, it's currently looking like that there is a big favor for, at least amongst the audience, there is a big favor for the side of Kraken Slayers. But Los Nomadas is looking to go ahead and defy expectations as well as eke out this win and continue to advance themselves in winning and stay within first place of their division.
Yeah, Los Hermanos definitely has the tools to pull this off. Like they played really well, especially game two. Um, like I thought they played really well, but I think it's all going to come down to this top lane and bot lane because I mean the mid laners are the huge carries of this game, right? And they're the highest salaries of this game, but like all these games are basically being won between the top lane and bot lane.
Honestly, okay, so like I know I'm a particular bias because I'm a bot lane main. I play ADC and support, so it's like I personally know, like, I'm happy to see that there's bot lanes that are carrying games in this sense. But I think that's more talking to the fact that Redacted, just in general, being the kill leader and trying to make sure he shows why he's the kill leader. It's in this game is becoming very apparent. They don't want to, I don't know. It's just something so different about the ADC role this particular season that just feels so good that it doesn't feel like a total terror to play, other than when everyone's focusing you, making you feel like an ADC player.
Yep.
And the fact that Los Nomadas is playing very well, where Redacted is able to play these types of comps. I feel like I've seen this composition in a dream before, where it's literally Vayne Melio bot lane, and it was an absolute terror to go up against.
Yeah, as I said, like with the Karma and the Milio, like you have a lot of support for this AD carry that is playing really well. So if I'm definitely worried on the side of like Los Nomada or sorry the Kraken Slayers. Like okay, I need to get to this vein. I need to lock down this vein, and really they only have a couple forms of reliable CC, right? So they got to hit it, or this could be really punishing.
That's the big worry for them right now, is that if they're gonna be able to hit this Vayne and stop her before she becomes way too big, and then, or even just, even enough into the game where she just starts, a team fight happens, all of a sudden kill, 2 kills, then boom, now the Vayne is just too much to handle. So they're gonna really need to put some focus onto the Vayne probably in this early game and try to stop her as much. You know that Hailstrom is gonna be able to mitigate a lot of the top lane for himself. We saw it happen in the last game in the same exact matchup. So we just need to allow Hailstrom to do his thing, play safe, and don't give up everything.
Yeah. I mean, thing is, Hailstrom can get his own lead, and that is worrying. Like a top laner that can consistently solo kill your top laner, that's somebody you got to deal with early. So I would hopefully like to see some ganks top to try and put Hailstrom behind, and maybe give Eli Wood the best chance possible. But
Already seen early trades come out here. Yep, Eli will get
Captain
that
Flowers
stun.
running, Captain Flowers running off the champs. Yep, so that's our Malco, man. He's off to the races.
Honestly, I'm waiting to see if I'm gonna have to go absolutely like machine gun fire at some point. Some of these champions that we see that they're playing, they're gonna see a lot of spell weaving happening, so that's gonna you're gonna be seeing a lot of callouts of different things going on, especially like when you have like Karma Alt Q type deals. It's gonna be Mantra Q and Mantra E and all that stuff. It's gonna be absolutely annoying, but yeah, this is thank you, Worthy Dust, because honestly, it kills me. I won't lie. So I'm like down in water after I speak that fast. I'm like, all right, hold on. Oh, we have a little bit Snurbopsy and Astros. I really like watching these two go up against each other. It's so fun to watch mid laners who really know how to trade with one another. It's almost like watching a good like two top lane duelists. But
Yeah.
Astros having the engage.
Oh,
Okay,
a flash.
Kelly being able to go in on top of them, trying to utilize the claw to be able to get away, but not going to be enough as they use the blast cone. Bulgaria going to be able to walk away with his ghost.
There's a lot of sums used there, like Hailstorm Flash, Tack Alley Flash. A lot of sums used.
I'm actually
Just,
very Yeah, I'm
Sorry, go
surprised
ahead.
to see them like. No, I was gonna say I think I was on the right same point as you, but it's very interesting to see them all follow up like that big like that. And Astros, you're a little too far up there, getting caught up in the middle, having to flash away. But is Bulgaria gonna be able to get the last auto?
Oh.
No, not gonna be enough. Tower shot too much.
Yeah,
Gets
there's
the
no
flash
flashes
in,
on the entire side of Kraken Slayers. There are like no flashes on the top side of the map.
No, not at all. Killer Kumquat and Critter right now, I think they're just feeling like, all right, we're getting a safe lane, so we're just going to take it as is. Eli Wood now probably going to get his flash forced out, as we do see Tack Alley here. Yup, flash is now forced. If Tack Alley was able to step up it like 2 more units, just 2 more units could have been it right there.
This
And
might be a solo kill coming soon.
yeah, Garen is not afraid to just press under your turret, QE, Ignite. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. That might actually be a trade-off, but I think it might be the first blood going towards Hailstrom. Potentially.
I
Let's
mean, once
see,
he hits
is he gonna-
6, you know, it's you can
Oh,
just
yeah.
flash. You can just flash on his face.
Renekton might not want to... Yeah, Renekton might not want to stay there for too long, even with
Thing is,
getting some extra HP, but...
Yeah, but he took Ignite though, you know, so you can't get back and let Garen get free plates.
Nope. Oh, yeah, here we go. A little bit more trading between the Karma and Victor. But we do see the blue side, which is Los Nomadas, being able to go ahead and secure once again the first Drake of the game for themselves, which is awesome. This is for them. They're actually playing the early game very, very well in the sense of like trying to play better than game 1, because honestly, that's what was big for Kraken Slayers too. That the early game in game 1 really went their way as well.
But Hailstorms, I think, is just trying to soak up EXP and hang out for the all-in.
Yeah, but Renekton hitting 6 first, pretty interestingly enough. So he's kind of at a slight disadvantage right now. But oh, I didn't realize that. I was looking at the CS difference.
Yeah, it's
Even though
because the wave buildup.
Yep,
Ooh,
and that's
really
a
good
lot of damage. Yeah. There's not a whole lot going on else along the map. Los Nomadas now going ahead and trying to secure these. Yeah, see, it's very interesting to see the movement not up here. Doesn't feel as engagey here with Tack Alley, as he is a
Here we
little bit
go.
behind. But we do have a fight, as 4 members of the side of Kraken Slayers are now here trying to pick up more. Exhaust dropped onto Bulgaria. Now Bulgaria caught in the middle of 4 different members, gonna have to give up his life as he just decides to turn right onto the Void Grubs. But instead of getting the Void Grubs, he ends up losing his life as first blood is secured by Astros.
Yeah, not good, but you know, could be worse. Bot lane still just doing their farming thing, so only about a 1k gold lead on the side of Kraken Slayers.
It's just that little bit of a goal lead, but that's kind of what I'm worried about here. It just feels that from the side of Los Nomadas, if they're able to both Bulgaria and Redacted get on that same level that they were in game 2, this is not gonna look well for the side of Kraken Slayers at all.
Yep.
And I feel like Vayne might actually even be more of a problem, especially considering that they decide to build tanky on Vayne.
Both mid laners, like no mana, just looking to kind of poke it out and see who can force who to back first.
Just basically like spitballing at each other, like, you go away, you.
Yeah, no mana chicken. Yep, manaless chicken.
Who's gonna back off first? No, I
Yeah.
need the wave. No, you don't need the wave. I need this wave. Just go
Yep.
away.
And now they're both going to back together. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. See, they finally just gave in.
It's a draw.
And now with both supports having their support items completed here, we're probably gonna end up seeing them start roaming around a lot more, as we already see critters starting to get a little bit more vision drop down.
Yeah, Critter's already roamed a little bit. I don't think I've seen Ray was roam as much as he normally does. So
That's actually interesting that you say that. Yeah, not. But then again, if like I wouldn't be surprised if he was roaming a lot more on something like a Nautilus, a little bit, something that's a little bit more proactive in the engage.
yeah, yeah. Okay, pretty even so far. A lot more tame than the previous games, so I think everyone's playing game 3 a little bit more safer, or a little bit more safe. Oh, looking for the cheese here.
Oh, here it is, Garen going right in. Gonna be
Oh,
able to
the
get
flash.
that dominance out of them, but that's still being chased. All right, so Garen got what he wanted. Wanted to get that dominance, but had to sacrifice his flash for that fight. So no way to flash engage onto Eli Wood now that that ult tool is now out.
Yeah,
But
I think he's
it's
got
still
flash coming up.
yeah, and there's still a pretty decent fight right here too for him.
Yeah, Renekton needs a trade as soon as possible to stop Garen's healing and regen. That way he can keep that HP diff. Yep. There we go.
He was like, "All right, time." He heard you. He heard you.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. Let me stop him. Let me stop him.
Oh, able to get that concussive blow, but luckily Snurpopsy able to sniff that out and back off just in time.
Yeah, Critter's living mid for sure.
Oh man, Hailstorm,
no.
you might not have a good.
The
Okay,
ignite, no ignite. What?
the one time you don't drop it.
Dude, ignite auto, he dies. What? Oh, that feels so bad.
That feels bad, man. But
Yeah, ignite auto dead.
no solo dolo for you up there, Eli Wood. Get you'll get it next time. But now you have to go up against a Garen who's actually starting to build items this time, so that might be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, damn. Definitely had the potential there. Definitely could have taken that away. Maybe KB. Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll have to wait. Ash Arrow going to miss
Oh,
out.
here's the
TP
engage.
being called in from Victor. We do see the Tack Alley engage. Not from Victor, from Snurpopsy. That was the blue side TP. But blue side still looking pretty damn strong from here. As Critter's taken extremely low. But Redacted now being able to get his first kill of the game. And he's going to continue to chase down. Not being able to chase down the Ash. And instead going to be trying to take down Tack Alley. That is a double kill for the Vayne. This is exactly not what you want to see. Astros trying to go ahead and drop down a little bit more damage to stop the likes of Los Nomadas pressing forward anymore. But now we saw 2 kills just go over to the Vayne, and this is exactly the start of the end potentially if they don't decide they don't start to mitigate this Vayne from here on out.
You're such a savage. This is the start of the end. It's 11 minutes in.
Listen, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. We just understand that, you know, Redacted is just really good. You know, he's been playing really well, and you have 2 supports that are going to make sure that he continues to do well and not die. And getting a Vayne a double kill early on in the game is not what you want to see.
And now it's, I mean, I'm glad to see that they're still being a little bit more active on these other objectives and everything. So immediately jumping over to the Void Grubs, able to get five of those in general for themselves over the side of Kraken Slayers. But that's what I meant by the Vayne is just going to be extremely annoying unless you just be careful from here on out, just because of the fact that if you take another fight like that and now she gets another double kill while also being ahead of your Ash, and Ash isn't able to get the damage down that's needed, it's just not going to end well in those fights. And I feel that item-wise right now, Vayne is definitely out-damaging the Ash at this point in the game.
Yep.
Hold on, Eli Wood going ahead and getting chased down, but Kraken Slayers had the team ready to go as he drops down the Justice right onto Renekton, as we see the Garen able to take that kill for themselves up on the top side. We do have a mini solo fight going on between the 2 mid laners, but Snurpopsy able to return a lot of that damage in CC, stopping the Victor's advance.
Yeah, you can really see like where the team on the side of Kraken Slayers is allocating like their pressure at, right? It's all top side. It's like, hey, can we get Hailstrom ahead? And can we ensure that he's winning lane early? And we're kind of sacrificing a little bit of the bot, right? So it's like really, it's going to come down to, hey, who's going to carry harder? Like, is Hailstrom going to carry harder, or is Redacted going to carry harder? Is I think is where they're kind of hedging their bets at, you know?
But they have the full confidence in Redacted to go ahead and try to do this on his own as he ults in and
Oh
goes
my
and finds the
God.
Ashe. Ashe now getting slain in the back there as we see their life get taken. Mordecai, now Maokai ulti getting used there, but it's not going to mean anything as Redacted now getting their third kill of the game, going 3-0 as they're able to take out the enemy AD carry on the other side.
Yeah, the Astros also got flashed and killed by Bopsy, so this is not good. This is you have your mid lane losing, your bot lane is getting dove almost under tier 2 at 13 minutes by a Vayne. So this is like worst case scenario for Kraken Slayers. And Hailstrom is, yeah, he's ahead, but like it's not by much. It's not how big I think the bot lane is. So
Yeah, that's the kind of concern. And again, it's just gonna be, instead of having like what was the AD carry? They had Jinx last time, who obviously
Yeah.
shreds through teams because of how much sheer damage she just pushes out. But this time, there's a lot more 1v1 capability in the sense of a Vayne that's actually ahead in the game.
yeah.
So that's what I'm concerned. Like, you can send Hailstrom to go try to take care of the Vayne this time, like how you guys had him flash in on the Jinx, but this is more of a 1v1 duelist AD carry that we have in the Vayne, and already with a Bork here at 14 minutes in, that could actually prove to be a smell of trouble, even if you send Hailstrom down against her.
Well, I mean, Vayne's going to be able to condemn the Garen, right? And has a lot more mobility than Jinx, so you don't even have the necessarily like the full one shot that the Garen necessarily had on the Jinx. You don't have that with the Vayne, and he's got 2 supports probably on him at all times. So
And it's mostly because of the fact that I believe the turret was taken topside, so that's why they're sitting at about this almost 2k gold lead for the side of Kraken Slayers. But it's still potentially like, we haven't seen like a full 5v5 team fight that's blown everything up just yet, so it feels like Los Nomadas potentially could still get some serious control of this game, and we're possibly going to see them be able to take this turret down on the bot side, giving even more gold over to the Vayne.
yeah, and he's getting solo gold right now. Whenever he starts moving again.
That's like I think it's like a 4-second stun at max.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Ray is trying to give Redacted the solo gold, which is definitely ideal for sure.
Yep, but now with the Braum here,
Yeah,
it's not going to be a
they're
tower
gonna
easily
try and
taken.
force it together. Yeah. The thing is, like, at least for Kraken Slayers, they did get the Grubs and the Rift Herald, which are definitely the objectives that you want when you're trying to get a specific laner ahead, or you have a split pusher like Hailstrom. Those are definitely the objectives that you want. So at least they're really playing to their strengths, objective wise. But you do have 2 drags already stacked on the side of Los Nomadas. So
Yep, and it's an Infernal Soul, so that's even more damage to potentially stack up for them as well. So
Yep.
Los Nomadas definitely going to want to be fighting for these Drakes, as we do see 10 seconds on this Drake. Los Nomadas 5 members already down here, and they're ready to fight.
yeah, you do have the 5v5 already here.
I'm excited. This is the first real 5v5. This is probably going to be the first
here we
fight
go.
that face it down. Victor drops the big onto them, but Bulgaria immediately
Already
gets
dead.
taken out by the back line there, and that's just going to be more dropping in as Kraken Slayers is dropping on. Hailstrom now being in the middle of the fight, able to take about double kill onto Eli Wood. Triple kill for this Hailstrom, but Redacted not being in the middle of that fight there is not going to be able to do anything else. The Vayne is not being a factor. Quadra kill here. Are we going to get the Exodia? No, as Astro steals it from Garen,
Oh
but it's
my God.
still gonna be an ace as they're able to continue. That's another kill to the Vayne in the end of it all, but that's still gonna be 4 for 1 for the side of Kraken Slayers, and now they're starting to blow this game wide open.
All right, go ahead and hashtag report. Yeah, just hashtag report chat right now.
Reported.
Yeah,
Hashtag report.
I want to see
report
hashtag
Astros in the
report.
chat.
Yep,
Hashtag report Astros in the chat right now, guys. because
crazy.
this
That's
is-
crazy.
That was so sad. You guys could have given it to Hailstrom, given him his Valhalla pentakill.
Yeah. The biggest part there was just like the fact that they were still willing to face check that bush. You know, like they. Yeah, thanks, Smoothie. Yeah, I mean, they were just playing that so well, right? They had some poke going in from the Ashe, they had the poke going in from the Victor on both sides of the bush. preventing them from just walking in and warding it. So somebody had to face check it, and Bulgaria didn't even get his ult off because of the silence from Hailship. So he was literally just able to 100-0 Bulgaria, and it was just such a huge Maokai ult. And even though the Vayne is huge, like if your entire team's dying around you, there's no way you're living in a 5v2, you know. So huge play for Kraken Slayers.
Oh my god. Every time I see the spectator freeze, I immediately feel my heart drop. But but we do have that. I really do like that you pointed that out, because like this time around, so before we saw that it was very even between the Renekton and the Garen in the last game. But what we're seeing this time is that it's a 5-0-2 Garen versus an 0-2-1 Renekton. We did not get this much of a kill lead or goal lead in general. Oh man, but Eli was looking to turn that around as he finds Astros right in there, having to go ahead. The field is gonna stop him from being able to engage any further. Ignite dropped, but it's not gonna mean anything. Astros now able to get away alive. Eli Wood still looking for something, but there's 3 members there, and now he is stunned up. Not any damage being able to be dropped, but Eli Wood now taking a lot more as they find a member. Melio caught in the middle of the wrong place, the wrong time, ends up getting slammed down and taken to the gray screen as more members ends up getting taken out. But Astros gonna be taken out by the Vayne in the backside as he was able to take out more. But Tack Alley now looking for the Vayne there, tumbling away. Gonna be trying to get more in here as Bulgaria is able to take out Killer Kumquat off on the backside. So that's more members on the side of Kraken Slayer is able to be dropped. But now we do see Redacted trying to get away, but Tack Alley's going to be able to take him down. And now only member left is going to be Eli Wood, as the jungle and support are going to be able to take that kill too. Tack Alley getting the double kill for himself there in that fight.
Look, let's just talk about the fact that he basically had 2 tanks out. Is this really just going to be 100-0?
Man, come on.
Oh, we're on a tower. He's dead.
Oh, dang. Solo Dolo going over to Snurbopsy against the Garen. Los Nomadas really trying to turn this around after that Garen got that massive quadra kill, as we do see 4 members, but the TP coming in from Astros now trying to find some people here, but Los Nomadas able to disengage.
But, like, the fact is that you literally had the, Braum and Maokai just slapping on the Vayne the whole time, and nobody was able to peel the Vayne. So like while Bulgaria's killing Killer Kumquat, the jungle and the support are just smacking down the ADC Redacted. So it was pretty feels bad moment when you're just getting smacked down by 2 tanks.
And honestly, in the 4 stacks of the concussives does a lot more damage than some people would expect it to do.
Yeah.
But that would once you get that 4th stack, it was definitely like you think like, oh, maybe they can live like 1 more extra auto. Vayne will be able to heal it up with the Bork. But no, she was looking down the barrel of a gun, and they were able to launch that one off. Nicely done by the side of Kraken Slayers though, to keep this game alive and in hopes within them for winning. Especially since now it's starting to go a little bit more back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, there was a huge turn for Kraken Slayers for sure, and now it's a little bit back and forth. Really unfortunate that Hailsham just gave the almost 1K shutdown over to Karma, Starbopsy, which you definitely don't want on him. So now he's up in items against Astros. So not good there, but still winnable for Kraken Slayers.
I definitely still see this as a winnable angle for Kraken Slayers. They're not in any real danger right now. Still sitting at a 3K gold lead. They do have dragons relatively even for themselves. I mean 1 to 2, but it's still the potential to go ahead and start crazy Drake stacking here. Trying to get the fight. Mordekaiser now finding 2 members. The ult now being used. Ash Arrow finding the Mordekaiser, then getting stunned up by layering so much CC. But so many members getting dropped as Redacted then shows up. Now the Vayne able to take out a kill, chasing down another member. Bulgaria now taking out Critter. Tag Alley now being chased down, getting the revenge. The tree going to be chopped down as Redacted is able to take that kill. And that is going to be the Baron, as 3 members are now dead on the side of Kraken Slayers. So Los Nomadas is looking for this Baron, and it's looking like a clean take.
Yeah, that was a really forced fight.
Wait a second.
The Baron does more damage now, so they might be able to poke them off of this.
Yep.
They have some Ash and Vic. Oh, that damage by the Karma.
Yeah, you gotta be careful there. Karma with Horizon Focus Malignance is gonna be extremely difficult to get past. They're gonna have to let that Baron go, as Los Nomadas is able to now secure this Baron and swing the goal lead back in their favor.
Yeah, that was a really forced fight. I feel like on the side of Kraken Slayers, like they're already trying to deny CS and jungle.
Astros, you're in the wrong place, man.
Oh, he's low.
Oh no, and they're gonna find more members here, even if you decide to get away. But now the Vayne getting jumped on top of, but getting condemned, as you mentioned before. They do manage to find another member, and they find the Vayne too, as they're gonna end up losing their life, as Astros is able to get that kill, and Critter finally getting a kill for themselves, as they're able to take them out and get themselves get themselves another kill. Kraken Slayer is able to turn that around after giving up that Baron in a really massive fight. Los Nomadas getting too greedy on that chase.
Yeah, kind of a big chase, and they're not respecting the fact that, the Kraken Slayers was coming up, they're respawning, and their ult are up, so we kind of just chased a little bit too bad there, and yeah, Vayne stack. Yeah.
Yeah, now we have the Gwensu stacked up for Vayne. I believe the next item for Vayne is Terminus, and then after that she starts building into her tankier items. I believe it's GA and Jack Show, and then it's just gonna be extremely difficult to kill this Vayne. It's so this is right now we're kind of looking down a ticking time bomb for the side of Los Nomadas, but I still feel that the team fight overall from the side of Kraken Slayers is proving to be a problem, and Garen himself is also proving to be a problem.
Yeah, it's just after that shutdown, Garen isn't as huge, and in that team fight up at Drag, or not up at Drag, but before Baron, Garen just kind of died from Ward passive. Like he kind of just stood there and legit died from Ward passive. So he doesn't really have any MR, so he's just kind of getting burned through by this Mordekaiser. So he's not as big as we thought he was gonna be when he was 5-0. So kind of an issue. Oh, Astros might be able to solo Bolo here.
Oh yeah, he's definitely chasing down Eli Wood. Domino's being
Oh, the
used.
flash.
Gonna
W.
try to go ahead and go right into him. Eli Wood feeling himself, but not gonna be enough as Astros is able to take that solo dolo down in the bot lane. And we do have another dragon onto Killer Kumquat as the Ash arrow comes out, lands on the Bulgaria, but not gonna really mean anything as that stun does not last long because it was a very short distance. So they are just gonna continue pushing down into this. But Hailstrom is now here in the mid lane to go ahead and help protect this tower.
Yeah, and also the amount of like shields that you kind of have on the side of, Los Nomadas kind of makes it hard to get a pick because they're not going to get bursted as fast as you think they are. So when you have a Mordekaiser that has his own shield, plus you have Ray Was sitting right there, kind of feels bad when you do no damage.
Yeah, you're kind of right about that, and it's really gonna be annoying if Redacted can just manage to get like the right angle on one of these fights. The last thing you want is a Vayne to be just kind of free firing onto your team. But I feel like the tankier members of the side of Kraken Slayers are actually doing a pretty good job of mitigating the Vayne from being able to get onto any of the squishy members. But they also have to still be worried about their own life.
Yeah, I think once Garen builds some MR and maybe Maokai builds some MR, I think we're gonna be hanging out. But right now they have almost zero MR, and it's like you have a Mordekaiser, and you have a Serbopsy, and Serbopsy is huge. He's almost 3 items, so like you're gonna get poked out from this mid laner, and you don't have the MR to withstand it.
Exactly, and that's the reason why, like, in the AD, like, yes, you're mitigating yourself against the AD because you feel like the AD is the problem, but this AP damage that's coming out is still a lot. Mordekaiser and Karma put together has been absolutely dropping a lot of damage onto the side of Kraken Slayers, I feel.
Yeah, I mean I know the Vayne's a huge threat. Absolutely, you should be stacking armor. But the reason they're kind of losing a lot of these trades is because Karma's just able to burst them, right? Like Srimbopsi's doing 1/3 of Astros's health every time he does an empowered Q. So it's like, how do you win against that if you don't building MR?
No, exactly.
But you do have Infernals definitely being stacked pretty well on the side of Kraken Slayers. 2 Infernals so far, so they get Infernal Soul. You could see a lot of burst damage coming down from the Garen.
Oh, and Garen deciding now to try to burst down onto Bulgaria, but Bulgaria not gonna try to take that fight any further. Garen now just walking away.
Yeah, I know he's got Death Stance, or not Death Stance, but I know he's got the 3 items, but I just don't know if you win that still with Mortalting. I don't think you win that still.
I think I honestly think we would have to see the actual matchup happen.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a toss up for sure. But Karma now has Crypt Bloom. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Oh, jeez, every
'Cause-
kill and assist now just gonna
Yeah.
be
Oh, Ash Arrow. Okay, they're gonna
Ash
try
Arrow
and burst
now
the
landing
board.
onto Bulgaria. Bulgaria now chasing down.
Oh.
Gets Ash into Brazil. Now going to be trying to take her out. Flash from Killer Kumquat. Now going to be taking her. Bulgaria going on a killing spree. Is he able to take him out? But not going to be enough. It's Hailstrom able to take out Bulgaria in return. Now it's a 3v4 in this mid lane now. 4v4 as Vayne does appear. But it does seem that the rest of Los Nomadas, the rest of Kraken say, we don't care about the rest of the fight. We just want this Drake. But here's a death brush. It looks like set up as Critter and Hailstrom
Look
are
at that
waiting
damage.
for one
Look
member.
at that karma damage. Huge.
Oh, she hurts, dude. Yeah, just force Astros out right now. Force the rest of the team right up to them, though. And Eli Wood getting caught in the middle. 4 members gonna be able to get so much HP back, but not enough. And that's just gonna be now Redacted in the back there, just going ahead, playing the Vayne like he needs to. That's so much damage from that Vayne. Oh my god.
He's so fast. So many shields.
Just looking for him, and that's gonna be now. Oh, Hailstrom trying to get more, but we do have Astros right behind him, getting so much poke damage. But I don't know how much he can do against this Vayne. And Vayne now, with actually looking like, yep, the 3 core items. Blade, Gwinsu's Terminus, and at this point now, Vayne's gonna be extremely difficult to deal with.
Goes
but
wide.
they're
Look at that damage.
still trying
Look at that
to
damage by
fight for
Snowbopsy. How do you play into that? You know, like they face check that bush, 1/4 HP, because Snowbopsy just does so much damage. Yeah.
So that's blue team now securing the Drake, going on a soul point. Even though they're sitting behind the goal, they're still being able to fight out these fights and being able to keep themselves pretty well even in this game.
Yeah, I mean it looked like it might go to Kraken Slayers there when they kind of overextended in the mid lane. But thing is, once they kind of moved into the river and Maokai got pinned against the wall, like you just start losing the trade there. I think if they kind of just commit and keep trying to fight and pick the Mordekaiser mid, I think you kind of just win that, and they might have backed off. But yeah, once you go into the river and you start losing the fight because you have 2 supports that are making Vayne go mock Jesus, it feels bad.
Emilio actually buffing her this time around. That's definitely going to make the big difference too. But I don't think right now Kraken Slayer still feels that the game is completely lost on them. But they definitely need to make sure that they get to a point before it does.
Yeah, I mean, Astros is getting a lot of gold. Like he's now 3 items too, so he's pretty huge. So he's doing a lot of damage and he's able to poke. But the thing is, like they just don't survive the Karma poke. Like Karma's just doing way too much damage, and you still don't really have any MR. Besides, like the Garen is just now finishing Force of Nature. But besides that, Maokai or anybody else doesn't really have any MR.
Remember that finding Bulgaria, we do see coming in from the group side, and we do see Redacted with absolute mad lag damage as he was able to take off over the wall. Absolutely illegal, getting stunned up, but he's going to continue to try to chase down Astros. We see more members being dropped by the side of Kraken Slayers more and more. As Redacted now going on another killing spree, able to take another kill for themselves, and this is where we see the bear now being taken. I feel that Los Nomadas is going to open up the game for themselves.
Yeah, you see a lot of damage just more passive is doing these guys because they just have no MR, so it just does way too much damage. So, kind of bad. Yeah, this might be almost GG's, you know, this is getting pretty bad.
This is not looking good for them. I feel bad for that. Like Kraken Slayers is actually able to maintain leads basically in the entire game until this point, and now we're seeing that, as you said, that they can't resist any of the more damage. We do see once again the ADC is becoming insanely huge. Oh, we have a.
Your audio was effed, so.
Yeah, I think we're experiencing a minor audio issue. Yeah, I think it might be good now.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Yep.
Cool. Might have just had like a slight internet issue or something.
Appreciate that, everybody.
Thank you guys.
How does Kraken Slayers win this is the thing, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like we're using Ash ult and I've seen it multiple times hit the Mord, but we're not able to really pick the Mord. At what point do we just really try and pick the Vayne or pick Karma, you know? I think that's I think that's the way we kind of win these. I don't know if we keep using the Ash ult on the Mordekaiser.
Oh, hold on. Yep, there we go. Again, I'm gonna feel my heart drop every single time
Yeah.
a spectator just out of nowhere decides to freeze. And just a real quick call out before what feels like an inevitable fight about to happen in this mid lane, or not, because they're Bobsy. Oh wait, okay, hold on. I got scared because the moment that Garen decides to Q onto somebody, I'm just like, okay, this could end badly.
Yeah.
But just real quick call out the hard way. Thank you for the Prime sub, guaranteeing you 30 days of love here with Valhalla Esports. As we see the red turret getting taken down in the mid lane. So right now, Los Nomadas trying to get a little bit more for themselves and taking a little bit more control of this map as they currently have this Baron. Hailstrom now though being chased down, caught in the middle by himself. Vayne just being able to free fire so much shutdown gold, going over to the Vayne on a rampage as we do see more of the members of Kraken Slayers not knowing what to do as they do see the door of their base slowly getting closer and closer to being knocked down.
That's not
We
what you
have the
want to
rest
see
of this
more
fight.
on Vayne. That's no bueno.
That's not at all, and it's just more of them just pushing in, and this cannon is just getting the chance to just free fire at them. It's and the karma damage is just so hilarious.
Bad.
Mantra
so
Q
bad.
equals almost death, and that's just not fun for anybody on the side of Kraken Slayers right now. Oh, Redacted decided to cancel his back. He feels confident. He wants to fight this.
Yeah, you got drag coming up, and
you can just stay at
that's
this
drag
point.
soul. That's infernal soul. So
that actually could be the potentially end of the game. They could force the fight here, get the infernal soul, and just peril down the end.
I think we're gonna see the end game here.
I think we might be seeing it here too. There's no real. How does Kraken Slayers fight this? They're gonna try to send the actual.
I don't know.
They don't have it. Yeah. That's infernal soul going over to the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's feeling pretty doomed. But maybe they flip it somehow. Maybe they pick the Vayne and they're able to kind of finish it out. But I mean, Vayne just finished Jack Show, so.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. The Jack Show. I personally don't see put together. You need to win. The comeback kings can stay alive one more week.
A flash by Garen. He really thought that the Strabowski and them were a danger. Maybe he was worried about the Vayne being there, but
I would honestly be worried about the Vayne being anywhere at this point. It's Infernal Soul Vayne that had the core 3 items finished and just eviscerated the Garen in 0.2 seconds. So it's I honestly can understand Hailstrom wondering if they might be there, but this is definitely looking a little bit bleak.
Hey, Hardway, hey, shush. I'm just joking. I just want to point out though, I totally forgot to point it and I wanted to say something. They didn't lose, Kraken Slayers didn't lose mid tower until 32 minutes. So that tier 1, tier 1 tower stayed up until 32 minutes. Hey, Elsham, hey, play the game. You focus, alright?
Who knows how to DDoS? I need you.
If anyone on most.
We get sorry, no DDoS attacks here. We're all fair game here.
Yeah.
All's fair in love and war, but DDoS attacks upon us is something that we got to draw the line at. That's like
shh, don't shush. No one.
We don't.
I'm gonna.
We don't want to know spoilers. No spoilers.
Hey guys, stop typing. What are you doing?
He's typing as the fight is going on. Bulgaria caught in the middle as the Maokai ultimate was being used, but it's not going to be enough. We still have a very healthy Vayne and a very healthy damage dealer of a Karma right behind. Big damage from the Mantra Q. If anyone didn't notice that in the background now, allowing for Redacted to go unstoppable. Bulgaria able to take out another kill as he gains the double. I believe that was 1 kill for him, getting the big shutdown onto the victor of an Astros. And this is right now going to be extremely hard for any teammates from the side of Kraken Slayers to be able to do anything with. And with no minions here, that's actually going to be that's oh never mind.
It's gonna take a little bit, but they got it.
They managed to get it this time. Milio is still alive. They're pinging for Milio alive. Actually getting the Terminus now. Being dragged in by the Mordekaiser. But it's not going to mean enough. Eli will getting his first kill of this game. And it's just going to be more and more. Redacted showing people why he's the Valhalla Kill King. And why Los Nomadas should still be very much feared. As they are trying to take this Nexus. And they go into this game and win this series against the Kraken Slayers.
Wow, really well played by Los Nomadas and Kraken Slayers too. Like really playing all the way up until the end. But I mean, you have two supports, a hugely fed ADC, and I mean, really well played on Redacted, just playing his absolute mind out the series.
Mine's Desire calling it out. Stop feeding Redacted Kill.
Yeah, he's yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to maintain first on the kill board unless you really pop off this week. So
But we're gonna soon get the MVP vote. As you guys see, Los Nomadas was able to take that out overall in the series, as it did go to 3 games, but 3 exciting banger games overall. I'm absolutely loving that every week we get some type of 3 game banger series that usually ends up getting casted. Honestly, I think my vote might be for either Ray Was or Redacted.
I need to get my hype game up. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I'll do better. Yeah, you're right, Hardway.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Hardway just like coming out my throat for no reason. That's crazy. Hey, you know what, Hardway? At least I just got 5K on Los Novadas. Where are your points at?
Yeah, I was about to say I had to put a little bet on Los Nomadas. I actually bet on them this time around. I was like, oh, you know what? That works. That works.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I mean, back and forth game two, and really like back and forth game three. But I mean, once Redacted got 3 items, we were like, oh, it's looking bad.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned. Like I literally looked at it in Vayne, even if they like managed to make it go like the 40 minutes and Vayne only got like half the kills that Vayne did, it probably would have just been delayed the inevitable. That was just a ticking time bomb in Redacted play. Like the way they played with the Jinx last game, I should have suspected the same coming out from the Vayne this game. And it proved true. It proved true.
Yeah, I think I don't know what your guys's. Yeah, Vlad Kill Leader. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what your guys' vote is yet on the MVP, but I mean, I think I have a general idea of who it is on both sides. But absolute banger of a series. This I think Kraken Slayers is allergic to 2-0s, in my opinion. You know.
It's so funny because I feel like I've been saying that for like the last like season and a half at this point. But yeah, they just might be allergic to 2-0s, man, because they love it when they take the game one. You can usually it sucks that sometimes you can just bet against them and knowing that you're getting your channel points. You can depend upon them to get you some points back. If they're not taking that game too.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, there's they definitely take game two. I was like, for sure. Um, Los Namas will at least take one game off these guys, you know, after they lost game one.
Real quick, we have
Um,
28 viewers and only 7 votes. Come on, let's get that participation up. Who do you want to
yeah,
hear
what the
from?
heck is?
Yeah, we need that MVP vote. Come on, a quarter of you guys only voted. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I do want to give some props to Eli Wood though, having to deal with Hailstrom up in that top side, which I'm sure was not an easy bout whatsoever.
Oh, it's gonna be between Redacted and Ray Was. Gotta vote. Get your votes in. All right, looks like it Ray Was with 7 votes, Redacted with 5 votes. So pretty
Okay,
close.
that is pretty close. I was getting food. I was hungry.
Sorry to break your heart, Hardway. It was indeed not Eli Wood, unfortunately. No.
This is like I feel like this is like fourth. Like this is like Ray was is like fourth or fifth like MVP. Like I feel like every time I cast his games, he's always getting the MVP.
He's so good, man.
He's just
He's
that
killing it.
good.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see if I can pull Ray up here. Oh, never mind.
I've been
Oh,
tapped.
MVP, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, how was it? What's up?
It's pretty nice being in the backpack, I would say.
I mean, you were carrying a backpack third game,
Redacted, sorry. Redacted's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Kill leader, you know. Just kind of
I mean,
him.
I don't know, man. I saw some plays, especially up there at Rift Herald, when you're over there, trying to get your top laner another kill, and then you're flashing, you're trying to get your mid laner another kill. Like, you're putting in work.
Yeah, but that happened in the game we lost though. So like, game 2 and 3, I actually had to take a step back and let my ADC do the work.
hmm
Scale into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty feels pretty good when you got a 3 item, ADC vein, and you got 2 supports. Do you,
Oh
do you
yeah.
guys? Is that what you guys' plan was going into game 3? You're like, hey, I'm gonna pick a Karma mid, Milio support, and we're just gonna protect the prisoner, or what?
Well, I think that the Karma mid was last, or it was like late. No, it wasn't really the plan, but they didn't really pick much damage, so it was really just, oh yeah, if we keep Vayne alive, we're gonna win. Like,
hmm
it's pretty hard for them to like. They don't have great. They really have Maokai, I guess, to get on him, but I mean, I just ult and get him out. So
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to actually get to him, and they can't really burst our front line very well. So I think it was just the correct choice for the Karma.
Yep. What's your thoughts on game 1?
Game 1.
hmm
Let me pull up the. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been a
in
long night.
shambles.
Yeah.
I'm hurt for losing all my money game 1. I kind of blotted it out from my memory already. But
Yeah.
yeah, that one was rough. Got a little behind, get the Lux ahead early, and just got a Trundle diffed on the top side. Had to get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the big bet on the 50K, and I was like, they gotta have a plan. They're so sure about it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they big brain this. We're like, yeah, this is for sure way to win. But you came out
Yeah.
the gate swinging and took a walk.
Yeah.
You know.
Took a quick nosedive after that for level 1 invade. Wasn't looking so hot, but
Yeah.
pulled through games 2 and 3, so worked out.
Malco, you got anything for our MVP or?
I think I'm good, man. At this point, like he showed everything that I needed to know out on the Rift, and the MVP vote very much shows.
Yeah, agreed. Well played. You were in the backpack, but also carrying the backpack. Game 3 for sure. I'm sorry about your channel points. Maybe you'll get a chance to redeem those at some point.
We'll get
But
it back. We'll get it back.
yeah,
We'll work
yeah,
back up.
We
yeah.
should start doing like an MVPs get like 1,000 points at the end of the night
Oh,
or
that's a
something
great
like
idea.
that.
I think it's actually like 100,000. I think that'd be.
Uh,
I think that's a good way.
we'll
Okay,
we'll
okay,
check with
hold on
management. We'll
there.
check with management and get back to you about
Oh,
that
okay,
one.
okay,
But
cool.
yeah. All right. Well, congrats and well played and good job on the MVP.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So Malco, you want to close us out or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that much said, guys, that was week 6. As you guys know, we're starting to get closer and closer to the playoff time. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight for this slightly different stream as it's on a different day. But you guys should be catching the next live games coming up on Sunday and whatever ends up happening between this week. And so, with that much said, guys, this is Melko, the Salt. Thank you for joining us, and Blitz, thank you for being our gracious producer on this show today. And with that much said, you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace out.
Yes, sir. Stay salty. Peace.